made up their mind about this.
Well, today's a chill day.
I'm not sure about this, but it
looks
looks pretty bad.
While playing a game. Let's go.
I'm with you. Yeah, like this is crazy. Everybody, this is what happens every single one of these situations. People immediately make a conclusion. The chaos has to stop. Trump needs to implement the Insurrection Act. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Absolutely.
Is that what happened?
So Minneapolis police, the question was, you read a statement from DHS saying that a weapon was presented and there was attempts to disarm the person. Again, like I stated earlier, Minneapolis police, as well as our supervisors, our watch commander, responded to the scene. We were not provided any public safety statement around the incident, what happened. We have since seen a video that is circulating online, like thousands of other people have at this time. So we do not know what happened prior to the report.
This guy seems like the only person with a sane mind that is in the entire state.
Recording that is online right now. I immediately called for the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to respond to conduct an investigation. They are on the scene. I believe the FBI is on the scene as well. But I think the video speaks for itself. What I can tell you is we have identified this person, 37-year-old white male, resident of the city. The only interaction that we are aware of with law enforcement has been for traffic tickets, and we believe he is a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry.
All right, that seems very fair. Yeah, it seems a body cam will be released. Yeah, feds control the investigation. They're investigating themselves. He's a dumbass too, not as much as the mayor or governor. Yeah, well, I mean, again, like, the bar's on the floor. Like it would happen if someone mentioned the suspect had a gun, the gun was taken by the officer, the suspect then reached for something and then got shot. The officer that shot probably did not know the gun was removed and overreacted, but we'll see more info after. I think that's possible. It definitely is possible. Several left-wing protesters repeatedly linked to Antifa have officially declared a civil war. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. There's like 5 people on Facebook that have decided that we're in a civil war. Oh no. I guess we're in a civil war, guys. That's too bad.
That is just annoying.
Wow. Signs still delivered. A man opened fire on federal agents. You can see the exhaust going away from the suspect past the kneeling officer's arm. The man opened fire on federal agents. There's no way. Is this real? I don't see that. Like, am I crazy? Like, I don't see any of this shit. Really, like, I don't see this shit at all. Like, bottom right?
Oh, okay.
I don't see it, man.
What is this shit?
I don't. Like, I don't see this. Am I crazy? How are people so certain? Officer that's kneeling in the middle, just to the right of his torso. Okay. I don't see it. I still don't see it. It's like trying to find Bigfoot. I saw it. Man. Man, we are going through this. I do not fucking know where this is. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like so many people. This is insane. I'm not blind. Like, I really don't think that I am.
Oh, it's just crafting table, I guess.
The dress is blue. Yes. You're failing the Rorschach test? Exactly. Yeah, I feel like this is a Rorschach test.
Oh shit, that's good.
I don't see it. I don't.
Axle dynamic maintain this. Oh shit. That's such a baby.
I'm sorry. This is the highest quality the video is gonna get, okay? It's 1080p, okay? That's it. I'm not seeing it, bro. Like, there are 2 pixels here. People are schizoing out over this. I don't... Oh my god.
Big situation.
Tan gun, case closed, he was disarmed. Ah, this is a much better image. Look at this image here. That's a really good version of it. There you go. That looks pretty fucking close, guys. It's clear. Yeah, let me put them next to each other.
Big print.
I mean...
Yes.
Ah, jeez, guys. I wonder what that is. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Medium print. Print small and medium size. Oh. No. That's good. Wait, what? I gotta freaking their platform. Risen. It's like plants, I guess. What is it? No. Wait, what do you need?
All right, calm down. I'm back. Everything's fine. Relax, guys, relax. Where's the marking on the red dot? I think people just can't see it, right?
What the hell, bro? That is crazy.
I don't agree. They fucked up just because he was disarmed. I don't agree. I'm not certain about it, but like, goddamn, man, you gotta say that it's pretty probable, isn't it? I mean, like, really, what are we doing here? It seems pretty probable. The officer yelling gun prompted another agent to pull his weapon and fire. Maybe that's it. The Battle of Minneapolis? Oh my god. What is this? Check my wink. Are you the same person that's been saying this multiple times? You have been.
To be resized.
That's a permanent ban.
I'm not ready yet.
We don't let spam in the chat. We don't have spam in the chats, period. Like, I mean, if you want to bring something up, I can read the chat. I can read the chat. It's like fucking 60,000 people in here. It's not a big deal. I can read it. So you want to type something 50 times, you're going to get banned. Imagine if everybody was typing the same thing 50 times. That'd be nuts. I don't understand why there are so many excuses for the ICE agents, whether they fucked up or not. When it's Renee's case, it was much quicker to dam her. Well, I think the reason why is because a lot of people feel like ICE agents are unfairly targeted and people are unfairly hostile towards them. So, because of that, people react reflexively to it. So, because like it's basically an unfair reaction provokes an unfair counter reaction. So it's basically like nobody's really willing, and this is the big problem, is that I do find this to be like a strategic issue, is that I think that when left-wing people get proven wrong on something, they just constantly double down and move the goalposts. And I don't know about other people, but I think that with right-wing people in general, maybe I'm just talking about myself, but, and I don't even, honestly, I don't really think I'm right-wing, but, you know, nowadays it seems like, you know, a lot of people basically have that opinion. Either way, like, I'm always willing to look at things objectively and then change my mind when new evidence comes to light. And it seems like a lot of left-wing people are just completely unwilling to do that. They have an agenda. They will only talk about that agenda. It is a, like, a zealot cult where it doesn't matter what the narrative is. It doesn't matter what the facts are. They will just repeat a lie over and over and over. Like them arresting a 5-year-old. They did not arrest a 5-year-old. This did not happen. They tried to arrest the dad, and the dad ran away and left the 5-year-old. What the fuck are they supposed to do? So this is it. Right-wingers are the same. I mean, like, I feel like it's much worse with left-wing people, but maybe you're right. All I'm saying is that I think that we have a huge problem that nobody will even address or try to look at any sort of factual evaluation of anything. Nobody, like, it's like nobody cares about what the truth is anymore. Nobody cares about figuring out, you know, is this happening or is it not happening? How did things actually go down? It's such a huge problem. It's pretty clear qualified immunity. Well, then they can figure that out in court. I mean, I don't know, but I think that, I mean, anybody that saw this, there 100% should be an investigation at least, right? There should be. It's not even a question.
Gather risen. What is my mouse? Your small canister.
Uh-oh.
I think I'll just store for you. Gather compound.
All of this is totally self-inflicted.
What's that loud?
Completely self-inflicted. None of this had to happen. Look at this.
Huh? What the hell is going on?
Jesus. These guys are anarchists? Yeah, they're insurrectionist anarchists. I agree with you. They all have the same gas masks? Well, probably, I mean, like, I don't think that's like, there's not a big fucking conspiracy there. It's because they probably looked at gas mask Amazon and they bought the one that said bestseller. I mean, really, what are we doing here? And I don't know what else to say beyond that, but yeah. And the spirit, yeah, it's like a lot of people have the same things for different okay, let's not scroll down anymore. And let's see here. A Minnesota Signal Leader group identified as Amanda Kohler, a protest organized and campaign strategist for Tim Walz. Wow. Are you telling me that the people that are in the government that are actively resisting the federal government are actually organizing protests and insurrections? Wow, I would have never guessed that. It's a huge shock. Nobody could have predicted this.
In Washington, government funding is about to run out next week. Senators are supposed to come back to the Hill next week to vote on government funding, which includes funding for the Department of Homeland Security, for ICE, for FEMA, for a lot of different things to help people across the country. The House just voted on it. The Senate has to pick it up. And there are senators already calling on blocking that funding, basically holding it hostage in a way in order to get reforms to the Department of Homeland Security.
The reason why the Democrats are going all in on this is because this type of immigration is the way that they win elections. Is that they overload the country with illegals. They make the illegals basically reliant on government subsidies and government handouts, and then they hold those handouts hostage every election to make sure these illegals and immigrants continue voting for them. This is the reason why this is a life or death for them. They will go as far as they possibly can to keep these people in the country and to maintain keeping them citizens. That's exactly it. Just like in Europe, that's a stretch. It's not a stretch. It's obvious.
And a senior Democratic congressional source just told our chat program that this shooting and what we're seeing right now on the screen is a, quote, new wild card and could make it challenging to fund the government next week, fund the Department of Homeland Security. So a lot of different things are at play right now, and we're watching all of it. We're also waiting for this press conference to take place in the next half hour here. We're waiting for the Border Patrol Chief, Bavino. He's going to take the micro.
People say both sides are the same, but if you look at the barricades and riots in Minneapolis right now or across the country, it's clear this level of chaos is coming from the left and it isn't happening on the right. It's insane. Well, one of the reasons why it's not happening on the right is because the right's getting what they want. That's one big reason, is that they're basically able to do whatever the fuck they want because they run the government. So there's no reason for right-wing people to protest because they're winning. So that's it. January 6th, yeah, January 6th wasn't good, and we used to have like those Tea Party crash outs in like 2009, so that was like after Obama won, but they were like infinitely less violent than this was. I mean, I do agree with you that left-wing people are, I think that they're way more violent in the way that they protest, and they're way more vitriolic about it. It's like insane how violent and aggressive they are.
Phone here.
And the reason why is because I think that a lot of these left-wing people, the emotional messaging that I think activates them is a lot more visceral. It's a lot more serious. Like, for example, you know, they're being told that, you know, they're fighting against Hitler, the Gestapo, Trump is gonna put all of these babies in cages, and he's like this like pedophile that's like running a pedophile network, and he's doing all of this so nobody is gonna arrest him for it. Like, if you believe all of this, if you think all of this is true, wouldn't you be out on the street trying to burn shit down and fight against the government? I think a lot of people would be. If you really thought that Hitler was coming back and that's happening, I think that that would activate a lot of people. So whenever you understand it from their perspective, this is where I always say this, right? A lot of people don't know this, but I'm the most empathetic streamer on the platform. I can see where they're coming from. And if I put myself in their shoes and I see it from the way that they see it, their reaction makes sense. It does. It makes perfect sense if you think about the way that they've been educated, the way that they've been propagandized to, the way that they consume media, and the way that they think. And if you go through all that, it totally makes sense why they're doing this. That's the reason why you're not going to be able to reason with these people. They're already past that point. As people live in a different timeline? Yes, exactly. Like, and that's the issue, is that other people think that this is a conclusion that's, you know, like you can just talk somebody out of. You can't talk somebody out of this conclusion. We have here is about life addiction and Karens using their audience to lead people to their deaths. You don't see how the other someone on the other side can literally say the same thing about your side. Well, it depends on what it is, right? I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure in a lot of cases there are right-wing people that are totally disconnected from reality. Like, that's definitely true. But I think that really, whenever you take a step back, like, there are certain logical realities that exist. We do need to have borders. You can't let everybody come into the country with no restrictions. This is like, basically, you can have open, free borders in a free country where everybody can come in and out as much as they want, but you can't have social programs. So it doesn't depend. It's literally the same thing. We don't need to take a step back. Well, I think that actually is the case. It definitely is. And let's see here. As I stream, Federal Orders made it. Let me go back. I'll pull this up. So what about this is wrong? I'm not even really sure what your argument here is. The right did this on January 6th. Yeah, like that was one day. It's like you have that was one day. And then you have the BLM protests, the Tesla burnings, and then now this again. I mean, like I think that you're comparing like one incident versus like 50.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another streaming tutorial.
So let me just I want to just like, can you explain what your point of view is?
Yo.
This dude's always yapping in here daily. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I've never read his messages before. Also, the LA riots. Yeah, I forgot about that too. I grew up, I was educated through college, worked in one of the most left-wing educational institutions in the world. I turned out right-wing. These people are retarded. I mean, I think that, like, I mean, that's an abnormality, right? That's generally not the case. It's obvious that's not the case. Well, my argument was that you're saying left-wing people are educated in a certain way to act this way when the left can say the same about the other way. Yeah, but the problem is that, like, for example, like, the ICE is not the Gestapo. They're not like the Gestapo at all. It's nothing like that. This is just a factually untrue statement. And it's the same thing as saying that it's fascism by removing illegal aliens from the country. That's not fascism at all. It doesn't, by no definition of the word or the rationale for this at all, is it fascism. Like, there is an objective reality here that people do have to exist in. I got people call me a retard. I don't know if it's productive to find the truth. Well, you had no problem saying that I was wrong and arguing with me, and so, like, I don't really get this, right? I mean, you're sitting here talking shit the entire time, but then you get called out and you're blaming it on, like, my chat. Like, I'm asking you your opinion. I'm not reading messages out of chat. I mean, yeah, you're going to have people that are going to call you a retard. I've got 1,000 people that call me a retard in chat, not 100. That happens all the time. I mean, it's a big event. It's a very contentious thing. And so, obviously, people are going to have, you know, really strong opinions on it. That's the way it goes, man. Like, get used to it. You want to go in there and talk politics with something that's this divisive, you should be expecting to get pushback, man. That's the reality. I mean, like, I get pushback on this constantly. Like, of course.
Let's go back quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's everybody gets pushback. Like, it doesn't matter what side you're on. Like, Hassan gets pushback, I get pushback, Destiny gets pushback, like, Donald Trump gets pushback, Laura Loomer gets pushback. Everybody does. Whenever you're sharing opinions that are contentious inside of extreme situations, you're going to have people that are pushing. I wasn't saying you're wrong directly, I was pointing out those on the left will say the same on your side. Yeah, I know, but, like, there is an objective reality that we exist in, right? I mean, they're like, it's objectively true that, for example, you have to have borders and you have to remove illegal aliens. And being in the country illegally is a crime, and ICE does have the jurisdiction to remove people who are illegally in the country. Like, this is a definitive fact based off of the law. It doesn't matter what your opinion is on it. It doesn't matter whether you think it should be true or not. This is just definitively true. And so the problem is that you can't even agree on things that are written down in plain English. And when you can't do that, you can't have a conversation at all. I'm very so up to Destiny. Just circle jerking talker.
Okay,
I mean, what's Destiny doing? I mean, I don't know. He's doing basically the same thing. Let me read what this person's saying. Yeah, I mean, I think I mean, Destiny, like, I like Destiny in some ways, but let's be honest. Actually, who cares? It's not even about Destiny. It doesn't matter. Of course, they do have the right to do that. There were increased, though there were increased funding about getting out the worst of the worst. Then why did we see a 1% increase criminals deported in 2025 versus 2024? We moved the goalpost to all illegals. Why should we not deport every illegal in the country? Yeah, I don't understand this. Like, if they're not supposed to be in the country, why wouldn't we deport them? Like, it's obvious, right? I mean, like, what are we talking about? Like, I mean, it's literally in the name.
Okay.
Is it snowing yet? No, nothing like that's happened so far. And remember, even Obama wanted to deport every illegal? Yeah, even Obama advocated for this. This isn't like a right-wing policy. Obama wanted this. Like, a lot of, like, Bill Clinton wanted this. This is not crazy at all. Like, you can have a prioritization of criminals, but also be removing other people that are in the area. Like, for example, whenever you're deporting an illegal alien, you're going into an area, and you're probably going to figure out who the other people in that area are. So, like, for example, like, if you have, like, let's say 5 people, right?
I just fucking did, man. Stop medium printed. Okay.
And
I have a medium printed.
You go after this one guy here, you might hit 4 of these people, right? And so, if, let's say...
okay. That's good.
Let me just do it like this. So, the red ones are illegal, the green ones are not illegal. So whenever you do an enforcement operation and you get the guy in the middle, well, you might also get this guy here on the right. That's what's going to happen, realistically, is that you're going to get people in collateral damage. It makes perfect sense. The worst of the messaging was a Trump mistake. That's why I call Trump his own worst enemy. Well, I think it's logically the best idea to go after bad actors first. It's of course it's the best idea to go after people that are committing crimes, that are sex offenders. Like, you should 100% prioritize things one direction or another.
That's a big platform, man.
You know, leftists do not understand the concept of logic. Well, I mean, other people do. That's why I'm talking about it. That's the reason why. American citizens should not be collateral damage. Well, you should tell that to Biden whenever he allowed all the people to come into the border. American citizens are collateral damage for every single law enforcement action. American citizens are collateral damage to it. So, for example, if murder is against the law, you're going to have people that get put in jail for murder whenever they didn't commit murder. When you have, you know, shoplifting is against the law, you're going to have people put in jail for stealing who didn't steal something. This is inevitable. So if you want to have any laws at all, you have to accept that there's going to be a degree of collateral damage. There are no laws that exist with no collateral damage. This is undeniable. Like, I don't know how you can immediately come to this conclusion.
Small generator.
This is stupid argument, so you're allowed to murder innocent people because someone did something in a user room? I don't know what that even means. Many are in the process of becoming full citizens or detained at courthouses. What do you mean? They want to follow the legal process, but it's failing? Well, if the legal process is failing, why are they here? How is the legal process failing if they're the ones that aren't here on purpose? Like, or they're here illegally? So the legal process now has to fit to accommodate them? Like, I think that this is a total inversion of rationality. That now our legal process has to be in the best interest of an illegal alien that's not supposed to be here, rather than being in the best interest of an American citizen. It doesn't make any sense. The priority was running again at the worst of the worst. Where are they? Well, like, the priority was ran on getting the worst of the worst. Where are they? I mean, the Department of Homeland Security made a whole, they made a whole webpage with 20,000 people inside of that webpage that were all the worst of the worst. You can look it up yourself. I mean, this isn't even like, I feel like we're just going around in circles. Like, deporting 20,000 violent criminals is pretty bad. Or maybe not, they weren't all violent, right? But like, a lot of them were.
In Minneapolis, and give us an update, but so far we know that one person is dead, a 37-year-old white man, American citizen.
It's going to get a lot worse. Until they bring in the military or the National Guard to shut this stuff down, it's going to keep getting worse. There is no universe where people that are constantly interfering and being physically aggressive with federal agents will not result in violent actions and people dying. If you have enough instances of a person being physically aggressive towards a federal agent, you will, just by the law of large numbers, incur instances where people die. This is undeniable. Every time that you let this happen, you're rolling the dice again.
Multiple gunshot wounds.
That's it.
Life-saving aid was delivered to him. He was taken to the Hennepin County Medical Center, but he was pronounced dead. The Department of Homeland Security is saying it was...
Yeah, the military is dumping gas on fire. Yeah, I don't know why Trump hasn't sent them in yet. I don't know either. 400 per state on average. It's only the start, I hope. Yeah, you're 100% right, but it's sad that you're right. No, it's not sad. It's just obvious. Like, there's nothing like, I'm not upset about this or anything like that. It's just, this is the way that you solve the problem. Like, I don't really, I try not to get it. I think that whenever you get mad, I've never made a good decision when I was mad.
I get it.
Let me just say that. I've never, when I was angry about something, I've never gone and done something that I thought later on, man, I'm so glad that I did that. So whenever I'm dealing with anything, my main focus is to always manage my emotions. Like, if I'm playing a video game, I play worse when I'm angry. When I'm talking about something, I communicate worse when I'm angry. When I'm mad at somebody, I make myself feel worse when I'm angry. So I try to completely remove any sort of anger or hostility from my emotion, from my like decision-making process.
Huh?
I think that anybody who's not doing that is probably leading themselves off a cliff, if you want me to be honest. I think it's a huge mistake. U.S. Attorney Pam Bondi has stated that agents with several federal agencies, including DEA, ATF, and FBI, are being deployed to back up Homeland Security in Minneapolis. That's great, but you need to bring in the military. It has to be even more. And a person, I actually think that people like Tim Walz are directly responsible for all of this violence and this crime, because he's the one that's in control of the police. He's the one that's telling them not to arrest these people that are making barricades. He's the one who's telling people that, you know, it's okay to go out and protest and, you know, be peaceful, but, you know, you're not talking about impeding investigations. He's the one saying that ICE are not law enforcement. This is insane to even do that. It is. It's insane. Like, and he's putting people's lives at risk. He's putting the people that are working for him, he's putting their lives at risk. He's also, and here's something that we don't really talk about a lot, and I think needs to be talked about more, is that when you have a big crash out like this, there will be businesses that are nearby that will have windows broken, things destroyed, property damaged. Like, let's say your dumpster gets moved into the middle of the street, or something else that you own is moved into the middle of the street. Well, that's your property, and now this person is, you know, at best inconvenienced. If there's substantial damage to a small business, there's a good chance that could affect that small business for the next 6 months. Because, like, I mean, fixing something like that could be $5,000, right? It could be $10,000, $20,000 to get something like that fixed. Like, most businesses don't run on crazy margins, and they don't make that much money. So it's like your car as well. Yeah, when you're destroying and damaging a person's car, that's their life. The person needs their car to go to and from work. They need their car to take care of their kids. And also, that car costs a lot of money. So when you destroy a person's property, you destroy their life. Insurance, that's not how insurance works. Not all insurance claims go through. And also, even if your insurance claim, let's talk about the idea of insurance, because people like saying this. There's the insurance that grows on the insurance tree, and everybody can just, you know, destroy their car and there's no consequence for it. If you have, like, why do you think that, for example, a lot of people don't have fire insurance in California? It's because they cap the rate for how much they can charge for fire insurance and, you know, wildfire insurance. And the insurance company can't make money if they're insuring the houses in that area. So basically, insurance rates go up the higher and the more expensive the vehicle is, or the higher the rate of something going wrong is. So it's a no-fault state. Well, I'm not talking about like an accident. I'm saying somebody's damaging the vehicle. So, like, and also, like, let's say, like, I'm going to give you an example, right? Let's say that you have your car damaged, and insurance pays for 100% of that damage. And nothing, you don't have to spend a single dollar. Can you get to work the next day? What about the third day? How long does the time take for you to go to and from the dealership? How much, you know, how much of this is like maybe something got stolen out of your car that you can't replace? If you miss 3 days of work in some jobs, you can get fired. Jacob Frey's talking? Okay, I'll listen to it. So this entire idea that it's okay because insurance will pay for it is, I think, so completely wrong.
Continue to do everything in our power to keep our neighbors safe and to stand up for our immigrant communities. Most of the protests that we've seen have remained peaceful. Let's keep it that way.
Really?
Let's not counter Donald Trump's chaos with our own version of chaos here. I understand that.
What do you call the barricades?
I'm angry. I understand that people are experiencing trauma. It makes sense. Our communities have been placed on the very front line, and this has been ongoing now for weeks.
Yep.
It must end. Remember, it's only our city that will suffer if there is damage or destruction that is done.
He's right.
Finally, to the victims' family and friends,
then criminalize the people that are destroying stuff.
Our love goes out to you. I know that there is nothing that I can say right now that will ease the pain. But I hope you know that Minneapolis cares deeply for you. There are 435,000 residents that will do everything possible to stand with you. With that, I'll turn it over to Chief O'Hara, who can give more of an update on the plans for tonight.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's hear it.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. I'm going to provide a brief update on the events today and our plans to maintain order in the city. I recognize that this is a volatile and emotional situation,
Should have had curfew
and our
or something.
focus remains, as it always has been, on de-escalation, slowing things down, and maintaining peace and order.
They're
in this
escalating
city.
it by not going
The
after people.
situation is stable right now, and it is peaceful, and we intend to keep it that way.
What do you mean?
After our last press update,
Didn't they bite somebody's
additional
finger off?
residents and demonstrators gathered today,
Nothing wrong with
and the
this.
situation deteriorated.
Now,
Local and
First
state law
time
enforcement
played
officers
it
were
was
surrounded
not
on
like
multiple
this.
sides by a mix of protesters and also agitators who engaged in unlawful acts. Individuals began erecting barricades, throwing
Yeah.
glass bottles, ice chunks, and at least two
Okay, then let
separate
me
fires
put
were
more
started in the immediate
facts
vicinity.
What the fuck are they doing?
Minneapolis police had to escort
so
firefighters so
what
that
the
they could
fuck is-
safely extinguish those fires.
The
The number one priority
fuck?
of our police officers is to protect life and maintain public safety for all people in our community. And so given the volatility and rising public safety risks for residents, for demonstrators,
You're gonna do a
and
curfew?
police officers, state and local law enforcement did deploy less lethal and gas munitions at that assembly in order to allow for a safe egress of law enforcement and to prevent further violence and damage.
Yep.
We do everything that we possibly can to de-escalate whenever possible. And the actions that were taken today were in response to a dangerous and escalating situation that already had multiple confrontations. The gathering at the scene now is peaceful, and we need everyone to respect the lives and property of all people in our
Look
community.
at these.
In order to maintain that peace, we have established a vehicle
The
exclusionary
rioters, not
zone
agitators, the
in
both.
the affected area. That zone has allowed traffic to be safely managed and has significantly reduced the risk of escalation, ensuring access for emergency vehicles, for residents of the area, and for lawful, peaceful demonstrations. This zone will be maintained by uniformed police officers of the Minneapolis Police Department, working alongside members of the Minnesota National Guard. National Guard members will be wearing fluorescent yellow safety traffic vests and will be working alongside uniformed Minneapolis police. In addition to the Minnesota State Patrol and Hennepin County Sheriff's Office that assisted at the scene, the St. Paul Police, Ramsey County Sheriff's Office,
They're bringing in
and
everybody.
numerous Hennepin County suburban police departments are assisting with answering 911 calls in the city of Minneapolis today.
Increase your power.
The loss of human life, yet again, is a tragedy. We pray all
Another
people can recognize that.
dynamite.
And we extend our condolences, as the mayor has said, to the loved ones of the deceased. To the people of our city, we understand that the pressure has been building for weeks.
Yeah.
We understand the hurt and frustration that this causes. But again, if you choose to come out, if you choose to demonstrate,
Don't set shit on
peacefully
fire.
assemble, do so lawfully. And understand that the men and women
Oh,
in this uniform
this is a
standing
war.
here tonight
No,
are
it
committed
works, no, it
first and
doesn't.
foremost
Not
to
really.
protecting the lives of every single person in this city. We will continue to monitor the monitor the situation and provide updates as needed.
Monitoring the situation.
Copper. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Mayor.
That's
Thank you,
really
Chief, for your strong leadership
What?
during this crisis.
Uh-huh.
I'm joined today by
Who is
Senator
this?
Smith, as well as Representatives McCollum and Morrison, and joining us in a statement
Huh?
are Representatives
You
Craig
can
and
do
Omar.
this?
Yeah.
Our message is really clear.
Okay. I probably need
And
to power it
straightforward.
out to
We
actually
need
know
ICE
what it does.
out of Minnesota.
I have no idea
They
right now.
are not making us
Ma'am.
more safe. As the tragic
Yeah,
Have
you
a
guys just don't want to
popper.
follow the
Morning,
federal
and
law.
That's
people
really
saw it.
good.
viscerally on that video
No,
shows us
bitch.
they are making us less safe. With 3,000 agents, which of course includes border
Okay,
control,
Sounds like it needs to be
outnumbering the sworn police
I need a
officers
car now.
in Minneapolis and St. Paul by 3 to 1, and even larger than the 10 metropolitan police departments. This is completely out of whack, completely
Whack.
out of balance,
Should be
and now
working with them.
3
Whack 'em
people
all.
have been shot, 2
So far.
resulting in death.
So far.
One, Renee Good, mother of 3, and now Alex Preddy, a 37-year-old Minneapolis man, a citizen, also a nurse. They both have families that love them very much.
Yeah, it's sad.
This city has
Christy Nome is
been
speaking
under
too.
siege.
Hang on a moment.
And I want to make
Hang on a
something
moment.
clear. As the mayor and the
Let's watch
police
this
chief
first.
are doing their job for this city, it's not just the cities. It's not just Minneapolis and
I'll watch
St.
that
Paul,
after this.
as you'll hear from the members of Congress. It is
Let's
the
go to
suburbs
Christy
where
Nome real
kids
quick.
have
Christy
been
Nome is
lured
speaking.
in and
I
abducted.
actually forgot Steve was there.
It is small
I forgot I was
towns
watching his
all
stream.
across our state, rural areas.
whose criminal history included domestic assault with intentionally inflicting bodily harm.
Yeah, here, let me see if I can go back to the first one, then I'll come back to this.
Without a valid license.
I forgot he was there.
Individual
Oh, I
approached
suppose
US
it's
Border
this one.
Patrol
Go on,
officers
much
with a
better.
9mm semi-automatic.
I just want to
Much
go through.
better.
I don't want to get.
Longer too.
Get ice out of our towns, off of our streets. It will make us more safe.
Get ice out,
We
baby.
I'll get to the other one after this.
strongly oppose the ICE funding.
If you think you.
Oh, really?
This summer, when our
Sorry about the volume. This is the best I can do.
Copper.
tripled the budget,
What is this thing?
$75 billion,
Copper for?
it is now more
Alright,
than the
totally
average
forgot. Oh my
for
god.
5 months and 47 days.
The guy that did the shooting was there for 8 years.
These are the
Oh,
results.
oops.
Wait,
We are
I thought the guy was
also
8.
for
Is there 8
full and
years?
Transparent investigation. We have done this before in Minnesota, coordinating with local and state and federal law enforcement. And if they're not going to do it, then they need to get out of the way and
Don't know
allow
why I need
our very
detail for
professional Bureau of
now, but
Criminal Apprehension
whatever.
to conduct the investigation into.
No, it's 100%.
And finally, we call on our Republican colleagues
Yes,
to
100%.
stand with us. I know they know what's going on here because it's happening in their own districts. We have, of course, the shooting, but it is a lot more than that.
Slow.
They know that something's wrong when a Hmong elder is pulled out of a house in his underwear and slippers.
Because he was living with
They
2 sexual
figure out
predators.
About an hour later, they got the wrong guy, and in fact, the guy they were looking for is actually in
Need
jail.
more
Or a
plants.
2-year-old, a case my office worked on.
Yeah.
In addition to hundreds more.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Taken with her dad, and then
And he wouldn't identify himself.
Texas, when her mom was desperately trying to get her. We got her back. None of this should be happening. None of it. So we call on our Republican colleagues to join us because we have warned this administration. I have personally warned them that there would be more deaths, more of this would happen.
Oh, it's gonna get way
Clearly,
worse.
They're not listening. So we ask people around the country to talk to their Republican representatives, make clear
Yeah,
this
no,
is
They're
not
nervous. You see how they're nervous?
That is ours.
Yeah.
This has gotta stop. And with that, I turn it over to my colleague, Senator Smith.
Yeah, they're afraid, man. Good.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today, federal agents had shot multiple times in the 37-year-old
I need solar. I need wind.
Sad.
shows once again reckless, violent, dangerous federal agents taking the life of civilians.
Really? Wow. What about the guy that was resisting arrest with a gun?
Practice, which is focused on public safety and de-escalation. They have killed another person. And the Trump administration has already called Alex Preddy a domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
He was a nurse.
You can't be
We
both.
send our heartfelt
It's impossible.
condolences to his family and to his friends.
Emotional appeals.
All Americans should be outraged at this unaccountable, violent federal force which is operating in our city. And you need to know, America, that if it can happen here, it can happen in your community too.
I sure hope so.
We gather here to say, first, I want to say to the President, you must stop Operation Metro Surge immediately and send these ICE agents home so our communities can be safe.
Right. No.
Second,
No.
it is essential that trusted, impartial state investigators and the PCA are allowed to fully investigate what happened here today. Third, I urge
Are they gonna say?
Invasion of our cities peacefully.
Come on, man.
The love that we
Just
showed
fine,
yesterday
man.
when so
Yeah.
thousands of us
Hell
showed
yeah,
up in
baby.
support of our community.
Yeah.
And
Wee.
finally, we must have our
Oh, okay.
Republicans
It just
in
sounds
Congress.
biased.
They must
Okay,
join
whatever.
with us to condemn this violent
I'm
and
just what?
unfettered
Just a
violent
garbage, you
abuse
know,
of
at this
power
point.
and to stop it.
Okay.
And they can do that
Wait, what?
by refusing to fund this agency
Wait,
so
what the fuck?
as it
What
continues
is it? I know this
to
shit.
terrorize America.
If that happens, you just use the
Whoa,
military.
whoa, whoa. Stop the fucking.
United States Senate.
Oh.
And I just want to close by
Oh,
thanking
Alan,
you
man.
so much. Local law enforcement and fire departments, not only here in Minneapolis, but all across the state that have been doing everything that
The
you
hell
could,
and
everything that you
play
can
for,
to keep our city safe. I once worked in City Hall, and I know what
So
it's like.
what
And I am so
could
grateful.
do? Wait, can I build a car right now? I need a car, man.
No, here we go. Let's have another swamp hag come out and lecture us about why it's okay to interfere with federal investigations. That's great. Lovely.
So I'm going to take a slightly different tact. You know,
I don't have a graph on it.
this morning,
Yeah.
Saturday,
Drill.
we lost another.
Drill,
Yep.
baby, drill.
You should have told him to stop.
All the protesters who have been out there peacefully protesting, who have been harmed and injured, it shouldn't be happening to you.
Right.
But I want to take a second, as Senator Smith was, just to reflect on the community. St. Paul stands with you, Minneapolis. East and West Metro,
Portable. Okay.
we're united.
Ooh.
I can't turn it up, sorry.
Produce oxygen when power. Oh, that is great.
From frustrated members of communities that are asking me to talk to their Republican members of Congress to do something about the escalation of
They're
chaos and
scared, man.
violence that has been caused by the presence
I just small
of the
soul.
Department of Homeland Security.
I think that they're starting to realize it's not stopping.
Representative Omar and Craig
I just
had
got
an
a call.
opportunity to show our votes on the House floor just this week
Is it from
how
small
disappointed
print?
we are that the president refuses to listen. Well, we're more than
Listen, they don't want him to listen, they want him to obey.
outraged.
Wait, what's the other?
Part of the bill that was on the floor was to provide more body cameras for ICE.
Smart.
Well, they have them already in the thousands, and they refuse to wear them. So, Secretary
I thought this
Noel,
was Border Patrol.
have your officers suit up and put on their body cameras.
I agree
just
with her.
like our law enforcement.
She's right. All of them should have body
Our
cameras.
Law enforcement here,
She's right.
We appreciate you, especially those of you who've been working the extra
Every
shifts.
single one should have a body camera.
The school boards, the community service volunteers, everybody out there in this community.
Small
You make us so proud to represent you in the United States Congress. We hold our head up high with how Minnesota is reacting to this.
What?
We celebrate 250 years of this United States of America. And I'll close with quoting Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, God, here we
He
go.
came out of the Constitutional Convention and he said, it's a republic if you can keep it. Well, we're showing we want to keep it a republic with peaceful protesting.
How does that
Stay
make sense?
calm, be safe.
The Republic decided to get rid of them.
And when you see a National Guards person
She wants it
out
to be a
there trying to
confederacy.
lead one of our police officers, know that they're there to protect you. So please respect everyone out there trying to keep us safe. With that, I'd like to welcome up my colleague from the West.
Oh, great. This is the fourth and final Karen. Let's hear it.
The day after tens of thousands of Minnesotans showed the world how to stand up peacefully against this administration's cruelty, lawlessness, and unacceptable occupation, and demand that ICE leave our state and end this federal invasion, the world is watching yet again as one of Donald Trump's federal agents have shot and killed another United States citizen.
That's right.
In broad daylight in the middle of the
How could this have happened?
First, we lost Renee Nicole Good, and now Alex Jeffrey Rennie.
Whoa, bro.
Man,
It's all their fault, too. It is. All they had to do was cooperate with the federal government. That's all they had to do.
And I do want to pause and offer my
It's just.
But they want to fight and sacrifice their own people. They don't care about them.
This is just a whole.
This is all just emotional messaging. It's manipulation.
Oh, frick.
Need to release the body cam.
Okay. We kind of fucked.
Shooting Alex in the back multiple times while he was pinned down by more than 6 other masked federal agents. And once again, DHS has come out with a narrative
We rise.
2 37-year-old Minnesotans are now dead.
The elevator.
They're both 37?
Okay.
We cannot lose any lives. We need bold, transparent, and comprehensive investigation led by our DCA. And ICE and Border Patrol need to halt all operations in the state and leave immediately.
Oh.
And Congress cannot be complicit in facilitating.
Isn't it crazy they're trying to advocate for this?
And federal occupation of our cities.
Oh my God.
Okay.
We are standing here as a united front,
Okay.
for our Republican
We
colleagues
good.
who control the Congress and who took the
They're
same
so
oath to
afraid.
defend the Constitution and uphold the rule of law that we did.
Let's go
to
explore.
stand up and stop this. Put your state
Mm-hmm.
and your country first. Put it ahead of
Alright,
your
put a
loyalty to
beacon
this
over
president.
there. That's
Put
good.
the
Minnesotans are in agony, watching their communities terrorized and families torn.
put the loyalty of the state above the loyalty of the country?
Wait, but how do you? Wait, let me see.
Huh.
Violating Minnesotans' constitutional rights
Oh, turn
on
the
Wow.
detaining and arresting United States
Yeah,
citizens,
but how?
racially
How they
profiling
get
people,
these
forcing
things?
schools,
I
restaurants, and
need-
businesses to close, and people
Oh,
are
shit, I
dying
can't
at
see
the
the
hands of these
smelting
federal agents.
furnace.
It has to stop now before anyone else disrupts.
Okay, he's gonna wrap it up.
Just point out
Okay.
again the difference between tens of thousands of people
Okay.
just yesterday
Allah
peacefully
Akbar.
What about the difference between like your state and Florida?
for their neighbors.
Here we go.
How'd that
son.
happen?
Injuries, damage
Alright,
to
so
property.
leave
That is
here.
how Minnesota shows up versus what we
Okay,
saw
one strange
again.
show. Okay.
That is what is causing chaos.
So basically
Yeah.
nothing to do right now.
On video.
Just explore. I need a car on there. Oh yeah, you gotta dynamite here, baby. How do you use this dynamite? Ooh, okay. That's
Right now,
trying to
we are
make it.
focused on getting ICE out of the state, and of course, we will use every lever.
Okay, let's see how powerful.
This is why you gotta go after them as hard as you can.
That
This is because they'll do the same thing.
runs
Oh
the White House,
shit!
And sadly, because to date we have not seen Republican
Yeah.
members of
Okay.
Congress standing up, he also seems to run the Congress. But the point here
No space.
is that there are many changes that we can make.
Space.
You know, why aren't we helping fund local law enforcement?
I need a car though.
Instead
So
of what they
whatever.
did with this bill last summer where they tripled the budget. And
Right.
why aren't they pledging to have a full investigation?
So they can just sit around and
what
do
happened?
nothing?
I have a lot of respect for our local law enforcement here, and I appreciated the words of some of my colleagues who talked about the fact that people have to differentiate
Damn.
here with what they're doing on the front line every single day. So there are many things we could do. Budgets are a value choice. And
Ooh,
that's what
is
we're
that
asking our
solar?
Republican
Oh,
colleagues
sorry,
to do.
a win.
I work
That's
with
a win.
Raphael all
I
the
forgot.
time. I work with Ben.
Okay.
And I know
Oh,
that
that's
many
another
of them
win.
understand that what's going on right
Okay.
now is wrong. So the way to get to a higher ground, honestly, is to get them to get ICE out of our state right now, to call the president, to speak out as we have been doing day after day after day, and to remember these little kids who are afraid to go to school, and to remember the people
Okay.
who are legal citizens who are wrestled to the ground,
Awesome.
Yeah.
yelling, I am born here, I was born
They're
here.
just
For no reason whatsoever.
Too, that we've lost. And I hope that's
Completely
something that they all
random.
take home and that the
Trying to
people of
twist
this
your
country
emotions?
do,
I know. It's what they do.
As they look at how they can get this
They want to
administration
indoctrinate their
to
kids
stop
and then use their kids as emotional weapons.
I need a car.
Best case scenario with the shooting.
These two are too far away from the thing, man. Oh, not anymore tether.
The other possibility is some form of injunctive.
Wait, how is that?
Don't want to get too into the details because
Oh,
I'm
but
bound to
in
get
these
something wrong.
car.
But the question is one of urgency and immediacy. The issue is that we recently saw somebody shot and badly injured. We then saw somebody shot and killed, and that was the second one.
Yep. So far.
Chief, I think we've only had 3 homicides in the city this year. Is that right? 2 of them, ICE. 3 homicides. 2 of them were from ICE. And so the relief that we're asking for is stopping this Operation Metro Surge in immediacy.
That's a lie? I don't know if it's true or not. I have no idea.
Of agents that is making it very difficult for us
Big
to do
my
our job in the
situation.
city as well as we need to do
What is that?
regular day law enforcement as well.
That look kind of interesting.
They have to abide. This is the question.
For
They
what?
defied a
For
search
what?
warrant this morning. Will they
Oh,
abide
what
by
are these? Graphic?
The Google search doesn't lie?
I have no idea what it is.
Everybody listen to that.
It is graphic. Okay.
The question is, will this administration abide by a court order? These are the
Another tether.
underpinnings of our democracy, of our republic, and of this Constitution.
Stack the courts
The answer
and then
better
advocate
be
for the
yes.
courts.
Whether you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, you abide by those court orders. The answer has to be yes if you are a patriot for this country.
Oh.
And so, yes, my expectation is that they will abide by the court order because there is not an alternative.
There absolutely is an alternative. Courts are totally biased.
Okay.
Activist judges are huge problems.
This graphic looks kind of.
They need to get impeached, get rid of them.
I need a car, man.
It's hard to hear what he's saying. I don't even know what he's saying. SCOTUS has been stacked as in bias. I mean, there's always going to be bias.
Myself, and from the city's perspective, and certainly turn it to Senator Close.
These guys are crying so much. They are.
I want everyone to just quickly look at the juxtaposition between the way that Minneapolis.
Okay, these are all big mountain situations.
Yeah.
I want you to look at the difference between the
Maybe I'll
elected
go
leaders and our
this
chief
way.
that heard talk just before me. They're calling for peace.
Don't know
Peace?
They're calling for peace notwithstanding this horrific action.
Or okay, that's a research.
What are they doing? They're not
I
investigating
need a car.
the
I really
person
need a
that
car.
killed our citizens. They're
Where did I get a car?
investigating us.
They should be.
This is
Yeah.
political retaliation. This
Good.
is about a political narrative. And
You
that
deserve it.
narrative is making people less safe.
Should be in jail.
Whoa. Damn.
A number of us
That's
have
very
spent
ridiculous.
making our views clear, standing our ground, but also reaching out to this administration, to Republican leaders.
He's a
to
clown.
try
He
to
is.
Get them to understand how dangerous this is, how unsafe this is. I
Very
met
cautious, yeah.
across the metropolitan area. Chief
All
O'Hara,
right.
was on this call, and they have been reaching out. Some of them publicly, some of them behind closed doors. The business community has been reaching out. I have been personally reaching out to the president and chief of staff. We have done this day after day after day, so we're not just shutting out any discussions, but we've been explaining to them, and I know the governor has, how dangerous this situation is. And I specifically told people that someone else was going to die. And I said this 3 days ago. I said it
Yeah.
might be by car, it might be
Well,
by
then why didn't you tell them not to interfere with federal people? I've never heard any of them say that.
Right now, I hope they're listening.
Not even once.
And I mostly hope that our Republican colleagues are listening and that they will step in, even if it's behind closed doors. If they will make those calls and say, we've got to end this now, and we've got to bring those people out of Minnesota, we've got to look on.
It's their fault that people are getting killed.
I'll just say that I completely agree with the mayor and the senator
like they want the deaths as political capital. Yeah. They're trying to goad people into doing this so they can use the deaths for their own good.
Define it for what I think it is. That is my goal. And one thing I have learned about this president is that he does not respond to appeasement. He is
Let's
willing.
go
He does
around.
not respond to
Okay.
appease him.
That's the
He
first of all, get some
responds
compounds
much
on
better to
this.
strength than he does
Shit,
to
what?
weakness. And I think what we have seen in this state,
Get
I am
some
so
compounds
proud
on
of
this.
it. We have seen a combination of strength and peacefulness.
I see they're
that
gassing
really
it up.
says who we are. And I
Yeah.
believe that is our best path.
They gas this up like crazy.
That's very
Trying
easy.
to convince this administration.
Yep.
And it is must end.
People are really advocating violence against federal officers to make me mad. Well, it'll happen as long as Trump lets it happen. Trump's the one that has the ability to stop this. He's just letting it happen.
One voice, one Minnesota, as everybody has been out in the streets. You know, ICE was here.
They're getting their own people killed? Yeah, I know.
And it wasn't strong. What has been concerned about the way they do deportations and
Oh.
we handled
What?
it in a
Yeah,
peaceful
there we go.
The
Okay.
escalation now is not because Minnesota changed. It is because this White House and Stephen Miller have decided to change their tactics here.
Why? What have they changed?
It will end when our colleagues who are hearing from their constituents because they are reaching out to me and others listen to their constituents and stand with their constituents and not stand with the White House. That is not following the Constitution, breaking our laws, and not living up to the values of the country. That's when it will end.
Right. The values of the country are letting legal aliens in the country. Of course.
Look, I do not pretend to know what Donald Trump is thinking. I do know what they're saying publicly. And on the one hand, they are talking about this being an action that is required for safety, and it is doing exactly the opposite. It is creating danger in our state.
Really?
Again, if this were about safety, there would be many, many options. The governor has stated, I have stated, we are very much willing. In fact, we have been working with them to apprehend violent offenders, to prosecute these cases, to get criminals off of the streets.
Well, then how'd you let them out?
That is not what we are talking about right now. What they are also saying is that this is simply political retaliation.
Yeah.
They are saying this is political retribution, and it's focused here on a blue city in a blue state.
Of course.
That's not how America works. Other
Absolutely it
countries
is.
function that way. We don't.
How did Trump get charged 34
No matter
felonies?
Your background or your ideology.
The same thing.
This should be of deep concern for you, no matter what town you're in America, because your town,
Yeah, it is now.
your liberties, your freedoms could be sacrificed because of what this administration is doing.
Thank you, Andy. I know our end game, and our end game is to keep Minnesota safe. And
Yep.
so we are asking that ICE get off of our streets and out of our state. Thank you.
There it is. Okay. Well, not really a big surprise there. I'll see if there's any more of this going on or not. Chris, you know I'm holding a press conference too. Yeah, I'll see if I can look at this.
And expose their identities in order to instill fear
Is this a
and
grind?
violence. And that's not what America is about. We're going to continue to tell the truth
What is-
about
Let me,
cybersecurity.
No. That
Good
is
evening,
so
everyone. Thank you for
shredding.
being here. There are two different things that I'd like to discuss with you tonight. The first one being a storm that is barreling down on our country and will be impacting approximately 250 million Americans in 40
What?
different states.
Really?
We've been working together here at the FEMA headquarters and have opened our
that
National
true?
Response Coordination Center and are working
Let me
with
check my
local and
phone.
state authorities to make sure that we're getting individuals and communities
Is it that bad?
pre-deployed resources that they may need, and also preparing them for the upcoming days, which will significantly impact them and their citizens. The Trump administration and FEMA are working closely with them to get them information, to get them resources, and to help them be prepared and well equipped for the road ahead as we go through this next week. But before I take any questions and give more details on the storm and its impact, I do want to address the tragic situation that we saw in Minneapolis today that unfolded on the streets. It occurred with DHS law enforcement as they carried out their lawful duties to keep Americans safe in the threat of criminal illegal aliens in this country. At 9:05 a.m. Central Time, the Department of Homeland Security law enforcement officials and officers were conducting targeted operations in Minneapolis against an illegal alien whose criminal history included domestic assault with intentionally inflicting bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license.
You hear like how they said that they wanted to cooperate with getting rid of these illegal aliens that are violent? Well, apparently not. They just go up there and make up bullshit.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement. About hundreds of protesters then showed up at the scene. They began to obstruct and to assault law enforcement officers.
The gun or not?
We saw objects being thrown at them, including ice and other objects, and a rampant assault began, and even an HS...
I do think they need to investigate this one. This one, as I said, I think the officer fucked up. They have to investigate this and figure out what actually happened. This one's, it's really, really messy.
Officer
They got to
agent's
investigate it.
finger was bitten off. Crowd control measures were deployed to bring safety to the public. Bitten off again, and even an HSI officer agent's finger was bitten off. Crowd control measures were deployed to bring safety to the public and to law enforcement.
We got the motherfucking zombies out there now.
Once again, I
oh
want to
my
remind
God.
everybody that this situation and this tragedy did not have to happen.
People out of their minds.
Our law enforcement are doing everything that they can to protect the public. We're praying for this deceased loved one's family and friends, but we also recognize that the Minnesota governor and the Minneapolis mayor need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. They need to evaluate their rhetoric, their conversations, and their encouragement of such violence against our citizens. And
not a single time have I heard any official in Minnesota come out and explicitly say not to interfere and interrupt federal investigations and federal officers. They have never openly stated that, and they have never said that doing that is a crime. They never do that. Not even once have they ever said that. That's the reason why I think they're the ones that are at fault, is that they intentionally create inflammatory rhetoric to gas people up into being violent, and then once they're violent, then they say, oh wow, look how horrible this is. Yeah, it's happening because you're allowing it to happen. You're gassing this up, and you're basically telling them that all this stuff is happening, and then they're going out there and acting on it. That's the problem. That's the issue right there. Like, they could shut this down immediately if they just had the police go out there and work with ICE and arrest the people that are being violent towards ICE. They're not using the National Guard or the police in any sort of a way that's proactive to prevent these situations from happening. They're letting these situations happen to ICE, and they're basically using federal officers and their own people as effectively kindling to start this fire. That's what they're doing. They don't care about the people that are being killed. If they cared about the people being killed, they'd tell them not to be violent and interrupt and physically impede a federal officer. This is a common sense reality that anybody who cares about you would tell you. Anybody who actually cares about your well-being, the first thing they would say is stop going out there and being violent and aggressive towards a federal officer. They want the city to burn down because they think that more chaos will make them look like victims. And it doesn't matter to them whether some person gets killed by a federal officer or not. It's not happening to them at all. It doesn't matter to them whether a federal officer gets killed. The only thing that they care about is using these deaths as political capital so they can advance their agenda of bringing in a bunch of illegal aliens and then allowing those people to be in the state and then be counted on the census to give them more political power in the House of Representatives, and to also eventually have their kids become voters because they're being born here as citizens. That's the end goal that they have. And any Republican that's going along with them is just signing basically the execution of the possibility of them ever getting anything done.
Can you tractor, man?
Being used cannon fodder? Yeah, exactly. Soldiers of Minnesota? Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, they're being deployed, exactly. That's what they're doing.
Let's take it.
Our law enforcement officers. I'll remind you that Governor Walz today in his press conference said that our officers were not even law enforcement, which is a lie. He's called them the Gestapo. He's encouraged.
Yeah, you're calling them a Gestapo. Like, who does that? I mean, like, really, like, it's so unnecessarily inflammatory that you're just making things worse on purpose. The guy wasn't violent. I mean, he obviously was I mean, would you really tell somebody that you cared about that whenever you have a weapon on you that you should physically resist federal law enforcement whenever they're trying to arrest you? Like, if you cared about someone, would you give them that advice?
Okay.
I wouldn't. You're an idiot.
Residents and citizens and violent rioters to resist. He's doxed their identities, putting themselves and their families' lives in jeopardy. He's refused to turn over murders to federal law enforcement officers. He's protected illegal criminals and protected them from being brought to justice, and even overseen a historic, unprecedented theft of American taxpayer wealth. Tens of billions of dollars were stolen under his watch, and he allowed it to happen, and in some instances may have even facilitated it. In other cities and states across the country, we don't see this happen. Local, state, and officials work with us to make sure that we're making their streets safer. I'll point to the city of Memphis, which is where there is a Democrat mayor in place.
It's obvious that ICE isn't the problem. If ICE was the problem, ICE would be the problem all across the country. But they're not. They're only the problem in these states that don't cooperate with them and allow rioters and criminals to actively impede the federal officers. You don't hear about these things happening in Florida or Texas. And the reason why is because the government is working with ICE and they're basically executing the will of the people based off of the election. That's the reason why.
With us in our federal law enforcement officers, and we saw murder rates drop by 50% because of that partnership. We've seen historic lows in the criminal acts that have happened in that city. We've had the same amount of law enforcement officers there, but a very different result because of the leadership in place. Last week, ICE did over 2,000 different operations, and we saw people be brought to justice, and the American people made safer because of that work.
Yeah, obviously, and anybody who says, like, I mean, do you think that you can find a single person who is a trainer or an advocate for concealed carry, or like any sort of instructor, that will tell you that whenever you're concealed carrying, the best option to do whenever a federal agent is trying to apprehend you is to violently resist arrest? Do you think a single person that is an instructor for concealed carry would tell you that? Absolutely not.
We don't have this problem in Texas or in Florida because those individuals in those states work with us.
That's
right.
And they make sure that they keep peace
that's
and
actually
calm
better.
while they bring criminals to justice. In Minneapolis, Governor Walz and Mayor Frey, they instead choose violence. They instead choose to encourage the destruction of their city and the crime against their people. It appears that they want this lawlessness to continue. It appears that they want chaos to distract from the theft and the fraud and the corruption of their city. I'll remind you that this city has been corrupt for years with what we've seen with people that have been stealing taxpayer money, all under the leadership of Governor Walz.
They're letting it happen.
I'm asking for all the authorities in Minneapolis and the leaders to work with us, and there are two things that we have repeatedly asked the governor and the mayor to do. Number one, all we want them to do is that when they are going to release a dangerous criminal from their jails, turn them over to us so we can get them out of this country as soon as possible.
Imagine being against this. It's insane to me that this is even it's even a conversation. Yes, obviously, if somebody is a violent criminal, they should be immediately turned over to the ICE. Like, what are we doing?
Since we have been back in the White House with President
It's
Trump's
wild.
leadership,
Yeah, it is.
they have released over 490 criminals onto their streets rather than allow us to get them out of the country to keep families safe. The second thing that we have asked the governor and the mayor to do is to help us keep people safe. Just give us backup on the streets while we do our targeted operations to get illegal criminals out of our country, and then we wouldn't have to be there facing these types of situations that we face with violent rioters who are impacting and attacking our law enforcement officers. That's all. Those are the two requests that we've asked of them. We've asked them to help us do that so that we can continue to see success in Minneapolis like we see in so many other cities and communities across the country. But they have refused because they want us talking about attacking law enforcement officers instead of the fraud and the theft that they facilitated in Minnesota.
I think that's also true, is that you're using this as a smokescreen to remove themselves from accountability for all the different fraud that's just been exposed in Minnesota. I don't think there's really a coincidence that, you know, all this stuff starts getting exposed and now, you know, there's chaos everywhere and they're talking about this. I think it's definitely... Why are people in charge allowed to aid criminals but not normal people? Because we don't hold them accountable. It's that simple. Every rule is only as strong as its enforcement mechanism, and we just simply don't enforce the laws on those people.
One thing I'd like to do before I take your questions on that situation on the storm is give you a few facts about the storm and what we're facing here in the coming days.
I'm going to skip
This storm is going to produce life-threatening winds. The most home family are safe out by the and the District of Columbia. Awareness is coming, and we are turning those around immediately to have responses, and we are continuously talking to restore that as quick as possible. To do that, stay home if possible. Take care of your family members, check on your neighbors, and continue to work with your local officials to get through this difficult storm, and we will work to keep people safe. With that, I'll take any questions that you may have.
Okay, here we go.
Yes. We are
That's a great question.
Conducting this investigation just like we do all other officer-involved shootings, and we'll continue to do that.
Just a minute.
Oh, this accent.
I don't know why the audio's dying.
The tungsten carp. That sounds super late and
I don't think they probably really know.
This individual and took action to defend the officer's life and those of the public around him. And I don't know of any peaceful protester that shows up with a gun and ammunition rather than a sign. This is a violent riot when you have someone showing up with weapons and are using them to assault law enforcement officers.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, yeah. You're pretty sure. Okay. Disco ball? Interesting. These are all
We're continuing to follow the exact same protocols that we always have. And so this investigation is ongoing. We're continuing to gather the facts as they unfold throughout that. And we'll do it just like we did under the entire Trump administration and previous administrations. Nothing has changed, and we'll continue to release details as we have them. But I want you to not distract away from the facts of this situation.
Okay.
Our law enforcement officers were there doing a targeted operation against an individual who was in this country illegally and had a criminal conviction for domestic assault with intent to do bodily harm and other convictions as well.
That's insane.
This individual went and impeded their law enforcement operations, attacked those officers, had a weapon on him and multiple dozens of rounds of ammunition, wishing to inflict harm on these officers, coming brandishing like that and impeding their work that they were doing. We'll continue to allow. That is a different incident that happened at the same situation after the tragedy unfolded, but yes, that's the kind of assaults and violence that our law enforcement officers are facing out in the streets, and that the local leaders are encouraging.
I think there's a good chance that the officers fucked up. I think they're sweeping for it too much. That's my opinion. I think that they're misrepresenting it. I don't think he brandished the weapon. It didn't seem like, I mean, there's no way to know, like if his intent or goal was to kill as many people as possible, he wouldn't have tried to get in an arm wrestling contest with them. He would have just pulled out his gun whenever they were turned around and started shooting. I just don't really see that being the reality. Like, I think they should absolutely do an investigation. I think two things can be true at the same time. The guy that went out and got shot was a fucking moron, and he definitely shouldn't have gone out and escalated things while he was carrying a weapon like that. And he should not have resisted arrest like that either. This was a huge mistake. Him getting in the way and trying to, like, stop that guy from, like, going after the woman, the federal agent, that's a huge mistake. And I bet every single person who is a concealed carry instructor in the entire fucking country would say that it would be a mistake to actively resist law enforcement and to try to antagonize and physically interfere with law enforcement operations whenever you're carrying a handgun. Like, I mean, this is obviously a huge mistake, and nobody would recommend doing this. It was stupid for him to do that. All that being said, I don't think that it seems like he was disarmed when they shot him, and I think that calls for an investigation. And it seems like the officer that shot him made a huge mistake. That's it. Yeah, it's literally that simple. Like, I feel like both of these things are true.
Remember what Mayor Fry has said, that he wanted ICE out of the city. We have been working and had a presence in that city for
I don't really think that we're going to have certainty on this until we see the body cam footage, and even then it'll be hard to say. Like, in general, I think it's a very it's very uncertain. Like, it looks to me like the officer was at fault, and I think that it's very likely. But I mean, again, like, they have to have an investigation and figure it out.
We are there to enforce the law and to make sure that the public is safe. Just since we have been there, we have arrested thousands of individuals that have criminal convictions and are in this country illegally and gotten them off the streets of Minneapolis. The two things that we've asked the mayor and the governor for is that they would partner with us, and before they let somebody dangerous out of their jails, that they would let us know so we can deport them out of our country. I do not know why they continue to choose the side of lawbreakers, criminals.
The reason why they're not deporting them is they want to use them as political capital. That's the reason why. And they have the long-term goal of weaponizing them as voters. That's the reason why they're not getting rid of illegal aliens. It's obvious.
And rapists over the citizens of Minneapolis. And this situation that we have today is a tragedy that we don't have to have. We have it because we have a mayor and a governor who encourage this violence and encourage this type of rioting. And remember, these are the individuals that were in charge when Minneapolis...
If you're resisting officer, the officer doesn't need to wait for you to take your gun out and point it at him. I don't think that resisting an officer means that they should shoot you. Like, I don't think so. Like, I think that's too far.
Minneapolis burned in 2020.
Yeah,
they facilitated it, they encouraged it, and they saw the destruction, and we all watched the destruction of that city back then. It doesn't have to happen again. It appears that they're following the same playbook, and the reason that they're doing it is to distract from the corruption that they have facilitated in fraud and theft from the American taxpayers. Tens of billions of dollars they have been funneled into criminal pockets and stolen from vulnerable people that needed these programs to take care of their children, to go out and provide services to individuals that were developmentally disabled, people that needed programs that the federal government has to take care of those that are less fortunate and need it. And instead, Governor Walz and Mayor Fry allowed that kind of theft to continue, and now they want to perpetuate violence against our law enforcement officers to cover it up. Yes. That is no claim. It is the facts. The facts of this situation. This individual showed up to a law enforcement operation with a weapon and dozens of rounds of ammunition. He wasn't there to peacefully protest. He was there to perpetuate violence, and he was asked to show up and to continue to resist by a governor who's irresponsible and has a long history of corruption and lying. And we won't stand for it anymore. These law enforcement officers take it.
Yeah, she's right. I mean, there's no way you can spin it that going to a place with a loaded gun while you're resisting and fighting against federal officers, like, there's no way you can spin that as a good decision. That's
we can
absolutely
carry?
a bad call.
Wait, I didn't know that.
They get up every single day and they go out to protect the
Of course
public.
you shouldn't do that.
Many of these
That just make
individuals live
everything
in their
easier,
communities.
kind
And this mayor and this
Okay.
governor
Oh, I
have
can.
doxed them. They have allowed people to threaten them and their families and expose their identities in order to instill fear and
Now I
violence,
can
and that's not what America is about.
Yeah,
We're going to
that's
continue to
good.
tell the truth about Minnesota, Minneapolis, what happened here, the theft over the last many years that these leaders have facilitated, and we're going to continue to do our work to get to the bottom of the investigations. And the one question you should be asking is the mayor, the governor, and the attorney general have all confirmed that they have been subpoenaed to come in front of a criminal federal grand jury. So they are covering up and are being in a part of a system where they are going to be brought to justice for anything that they had to do with this investigation. They have confirmed they've been subpoenaed, and they will be in front of a grand jury to get that criminal investigation unfolding and to disclose the kind of fraud that they have allowed to happen.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Oh, media shredder. Shit. That's kind of good.
When you perpetuate violence against a government because of ideological reasons and for reasons to resist and perpetuate violence, that is the definition of domestic terrorism.
Yeah, it's
this individual who came with weapons and ammunition to stop a law enforcement operation of federal law enforcement officers committed an act of domestic terrorism. That's the facts. Yes.
That when federal agents blocked his agency from the shooting scene, when they went, got a judicial warrant, they returned, they were still blocked. Why were they?
We have asked these state officials to help partner with us on law enforcement operations for months. Ever since President Trump came into the White House, we've asked them for their partnership to stand alongside of us so we can do targeted operations against criminal illegal aliens and to help us make their streets safer. They have refused over and over and over again, and they have perpetuated a narrative that is absolutely false. And our federal law enforcement officers will continue to do their work, and they'll do that to make America safe again.
Yep.
Yes.
We're in the
Operation shooting that's happened this year. The other incident in Portland, 5 people also died.
If you weren't a little retarded, you wouldn't be in a situation to get shot by federal agents while in the possession of multiple mags of ammo. It's so simple. Yeah, it's a huge fuck up. Massive fuck up. Massive mistake. What about Rittenhouse? He showed up to a protest with a gun? It wasn't about showing up to a protest with a gun. It was about actively engaging a federal officer physically and then immediately after that resisting arrest. Of course you should be able to go to a protest with a gun. I don't think anybody's debating that. But the moment that you're getting into a physical altercation with the federal officer, then that's a totally different situation. I think you're deliberately misunderstanding. So resisting arrest equals execution? Sometimes it can be. And the probability of you being killed while you're resisting arrest is infinitely higher than the probability of you being killed while you're not resisting arrest. And that's why I don't think that it's a good idea to do that. Whether you think that's okay or not is up to you. And you can make whatever distinction on that you want. But what I'm saying is inevitably the facts. The probability of something going wrong when you're resisting arrest goes up massively. And if you don't want something to go wrong, you shouldn't resist arrest. And when you are resisting arrest, you shouldn't have a gun. Duh. That doesn't mean that it's okay to shoot the guy. I've said multiple times there should be an investigation. But we have to apply some common sense to this also.
Immigration enforcement is exactly what the American people asked for. We had a Democrat administration in the White House that facilitated.
Right here. Well, I'll respond to one disagreeer. So, you think it's at base? How am I supposed to know the thing? So, what do you think this is? How do you think this is bootlicking? Like, what have I said? Do you think is wrong? What about this is inaccurate? Like, what is it? Don't review the clip in audio speed. The guy shot up one shot before the officer started shooting. I don't think anybody, like, I've seen that. I didn't see that. You said sometimes resisting gets you killed. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? That's the most un-American attitude you could possibly have. I didn't ask you that. Am I wrong or not?
I find you lock this. Titanium notch.
In a just society, yes. I didn't ask that. Am I wrong or not?
That's a bit attractive, you know? How to build a tractor, man.
No, we don't have to ban him. It's okay. It's all right. I'll let him go. No, okay, you can keep going. It's fine.
Oh, wait. I saw it. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Let's see if he has one more response. Based mod? Yeah, I know. Is saying emotions win? Do I guess your attitude, oh well, I guess we live in a police state now? No, of course not. I think that the officers should face accountability for it, and there should be an investigation. What does that have to do with what my question was? Will it increase the probability of this? Let me actually ask the question. Let me read it again. Sometimes resisting get you killed. Yes. Will resisting arrest increase the probability of you getting killed inside of the police apprehending you? Yes or no? I mean, it's a very simple question. Will it or not? Like, genuinely, what do you, is this what you want? You can't think that what you were saying is helping things? No, I actually do. Can you answer, like, you haven't, you're dancing around the question. This is a very simple question. Will refusing to resist, will resisting arrest increase the probability? Depends on which police and how you resist. If you are resisting the police and they're trying to arrest you, will that increase the probability of you getting arrested or not? Or, sorry, of you getting hurt or not? Like, violent or not? Like, this is such a simple question. The man was unarmed and trying to protect another woman? You're not answering the question. Why can't you answer a simple question? Like, I'm asking you a very, very simple question. Will resisting arrest, I will not let you strip context in a situation.
It gives me
the only person who's stripping context is you. The fact is that if you resist arrest, it will increase the probability of you getting hurt or something bad happening. This is an inevitable fact. Just because you don't understand nuance doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There is no nuance in this. Whenever you initiate and you create a violent conflict, there is a higher probability that that violent conflict will be fatal. This is undeniable. It's obvious. Everybody knows this.
Yes.
Let me ask you, maybe I can ask you, actually, you know what? You're not, no nuance for you. The reason why you refuse to answer this simple question is because you know that this is obvious and everybody knows that you shouldn't resist arrest. Everybody knows this. This is obvious to anybody with a brain. Any police officer would tell you this. Any instructor would tell you this. Your parents will probably tell you this. Anybody that cares about you will tell you this. Nobody else is going to say it's a good idea to resist arrest. That's it. People can't tell the difference between reality versus how things should be. Yeah, exactly. It's very obvious. Would it be wrong to protest because you are more likely to be injured? Well, no, but you should expect that that could happen.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that would happen.
Great.
Yeah, of course. It's another goalpost move. See, you refuse to engage with the actual thing that I'm asking because you know that it's obvious. You know that it's obvious that you shouldn't show up to a protest and then violently and physically resist a federal officer while they're trying to restrain you when you're holding a gun. This is obviously a huge mistake. And at the end of the day, would you advise, here, let me ask you, I'm going to ask you one more question and then we're just going to move on, okay? If this was your parent or a kid that you cared about, or like your own kid, would you advise your kid to do what that guy did? Would you tell them to do that? Show me that gun. I don't know. That's not what I said. Would you tell them to do that or not? I didn't even bring up the gun at all. I didn't even, the gun was not even a factor inside of what my original question was. It was a very simple question of, does resisting arrest increase the probability of something going wrong? And you couldn't answer that question because you know that it's obvious that it would. You want to use emotional messaging rather than logic. I hope my family stands up to fascists, yes. Well, I mean, if you want to sacrifice your own family members to have them increase the chance of them getting hurt, then go ahead. So what you're saying is that resisting arrest increases the chance of getting killed, you should still do it? So you think that somebody should resist arrest? When do you think it would be a good idea to resist arrest? Like, can you give me an instance of when it's the correct option to resist arrest? And you can see finally now this person's answered the question.
Oh, well. Put this here.
When would it be a good idea to resist arrest? If a cop's assaulting your mother, would you stand by and watch? Well, you're not being arrested then. What would you be getting arrested for? Like, if a cop is arresting your mother and then you're attacking the cop, that's not even you resisting arrest. It's not even a situation. It's the same. What does this have to do? Like, are you that, like, I mean, because are they arresting you? It's not even an arrest? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait, what?
Bro, for real. Brother, let me give you some advice, okay? If a police officer tries to restrain you, you should not go and resist arrest. It's that simple. That's the thing.
Okay.
I know it's hard to understand. I know it's confusing. I know it's hard for you to pick up on, but I'm going to give you some advice. Do not resist arrest. That doesn't mean that it's okay to kill somebody, but if you're trying to help somebody out, if you care about someone, you shouldn't be gassing them up, telling them to resist arrest. It's that simple. And I think that, again, gotta comply or die.
What? I just stand.
People like this have no ability to critically think at all. They have no ability to apply logic to a situation that upsets them. And that's the reason why people like this constantly find themselves in places that are dangerous. The fact is that it's not comply or die at all. Like, it has nothing to do with that.
Where's my
The fact is that if you do that, it's going to increase the chances of something bad happening. And I wouldn't recommend somebody do that because I wouldn't want something bad to happen to a person. It's that simple. They do have the ability, they're just being dishonest. Well, I just want you guys to see, this is the mind of a person like that. Is that they will increasingly not answer the question. They will answer different questions. They will not accept the premise of what you're saying. And then they'll ask a question that doesn't even make sense. Like, if your mom was getting assaulted, you're not even getting arrested in this circumstance. It's not even the same thing. So, like, he's really asking a question like, what about assaulting a police officer, which is different. So yeah, moving to goalposts, exactly. And it's just embarrassing. It really is.
What's actually request?
Just let themselves get
How are
shot.
we gonna do that then?
They did try to arrest him if he didn't comply, so he tackled him on the grounds and killed him. Yep, definitely. It's just very sad to see. Comply and then sue if you did nothing wrong. Yeah, the way that you should handle this, and this is the way that you need to handle anything like this, is that if you're in a situation where you're being arrested by a police officer and you think that it was unfair, what you need to do is you need to call a lawyer immediately and you need to resolve that in a court. You can't resolve that by fighting against the officer.
Wait,
I've never
what is
seen
that?
an instance where somebody fights against an officer and resists arrest violently, and then that person ends up being okay. Every single time that person ends up getting arrested, they end up getting put in jail. There's never a world where that works out for you. It's not.
Okay.
Embarrassing. Asmon just said he had a gun. Liar. He just had a phone. Well, a lot of people are saying that he had a gun. Even if he didn't have a gun, I don't really see the point in this.
Oh,
it was confirmed just a phone, no justification whatsoever. So you're saying that the guy didn't even have a gun at all?
What? Ooh, that's actually very good to cave.
So let me get this straight.
Oh, frick. I'm dying.
It's crazy how many of these people are just totally, like they're like mind fucked. It's nuts. What the hell is going on? Where do these people come from? No way they're real? I don't know. Isn't it scary? In my opinion, I think it's pretty scary how deranged a lot of these people are. It is. It's like they're totally brainwashed.
Not really. Well, no.
Apparently had the gun not in his hand, it's just a phone, is taking a picture. Well, I'll let the person respond. They're just locked in, they exist in mass numbers now, groomed by teachers. I don't know about that. I teach children, a lot of people are like this. Yeah, they are. It's very shocking, honestly. So he's not even saying the guy, like, I pulled you up. I mean, you're typing this over and over. You're insistent about typing this, but the moment you get pulled up, you're not typing anything. Dumb take, just sue. The taxpayer ends up footing the bill for the incompetence of law enforcement.
Okay,
That's correct.
Let me. There's something wrong. There's supposed to be a point
that's
like
the way
in
that
the
we handle
middle
things.
here.
I also
Like,
want to
why
address
is it
another
not-
comment that you made.
Oh my god.
So you said America had this argument 250 years ago. The reason why something
like
like the
everyone-
Boston Tea
okay,
Party
now
or
I'm
the American
in
Revolution
view
was
mode.
necessary
There's supposed
is
to be a
because we
dot
didn't have a
too, I
court to
feel
resolve
like.
it in a civil way.
So
So
confusing.
basically, the reason why we have courts and the reason why we have elections is so violence
Lawsuit.
isn't the option. You don't need to go to violence because you can just go to court instead of that. Like basically, there is no
Wait,
way
is this a
for
tractor,
example,
like
like George
infinite
Washington or anybody else to like sue King George and then advocate in their best interest.
Low
There was no
power.
way for them to do that. There was no election for King George to vote on these different taxes. So to compare this to the revolution or to anything like that is just purely ridiculous. Like the reason why we have courts is the reason why that's the reason we've moved past that now. That's how it works. Let me see if this person responded at all. No response.
Anything more compound. Computer tether here.
I'll respond to like one or two more, then I want to move on. This is already a ban a fading agitator. Just ban him. Okay. You're right. And he definitely has a gun. He pulled out from back of every social media guy. People breathlessly spreading lies and fear. I know. And I'll see if there's anybody else that's worth pulling up, and then we'll move on. Didn't you say the courts are biased? Yeah, they are, but you have to go through that system, obviously. I mean, there's still a process of doing this. What kind of fucking society is that people want to live in? Well, the thing is, like, they don't want to live in any society. They just want to do what they want. That's it. There's no actual, like, ideology behind this or thinking behind this. It's just, I want to do whatever I want, and I don't want to have any consequences for it. It's that simple. Pull this up. Yeah, I had a gun out. They disarmed him first. I don't know if they did or not. I have no idea. Honestly, this looks bad on ice. Yeah, definitely. Let me see. I'll pull up one more person, and then we're gonna move on. Okay? Because I want to watch the rest of this. Anyone with a brain? So what am I saying that's inaccurate? Because I know that this is it's a very contentious topic. It's a very contentious topic. So, you know, I'll address a lot of the disagreements that people have with me. It's not a big deal to me. saying if I buy a system, you get recompense against the same people who you proof against you. Well, usually the judge isn't the person that was arresting you. That's usually not how it works.
Okay.
I don't think that. I mean, unless this is like Judge Dredd. I'll untime you out. You're biased towards the ICE agent. You're supporting them even when they're clearly wrong. How do you feel like I'm supporting them? How do you feel like I'm supporting them?
What? I thought it just rotated. What?
You're justifying them shooting a U.S. citizen when he's clearly not done anything to deserve being shot? If I'm justifying them shooting the U.S. citizen, then why would I be saying that I don't think that they should have and that there should be an investigation? Why would I say that?
I think it's supposed to go put it
See what this is.
Okay.
I agree with the investigation part, not the part where you act like the protester did something wrong. He did. Do you think that it's a good idea to physically antagonize a federal agent whenever you are carrying a gun? Do you think that's a good idea? Is it not possible that he did something wrong, but he still didn't deserve to be shot for it? Can't both things be true? I think that's where I'm at. What's wrong with that?
Get that thing.
No, it's not. He should be arrested for that, not shot. Okay, so then you agree with me. So you're agreeing. I don't know why this is so hard. I really don't. It's really sad. Man. Are these people real? No, I don't understand. So what's the disagreement then? People are getting conditioned that it's okay to interfere with ICE like it's a constitutional right. Yeah, that's the problem. And they keep gassing this up and letting it happen. Police apply the never resist arrest logic to legally carrying a gun. Would you not agree that carrying during an arrest makes you more likely to be killed, thus following your logic you should never do it? Yeah, I think it's obvious that if you carry a gun, there's a higher risk of something going wrong if you get arrested. Everybody knows that. I mean, how could you disagree with that? I feel like anybody would agree with that. Yeah, duh, of course. Like, no shit. Like, obviously. Just more logical, disappointing your reactions today. I thought you supported Second Amendment, so I'm surprised what your reaction is to it. Do you think that there would be a single concealed carry instructor in America that would advise you to physically try to interfere with a law enforcement operation while you were carrying a gun? Do you think that any concealed carry instructor would ever recommend for you to do that? And then after that to violently resist arrest as they're trying to hold you down? I don't disagree on that. That's not the point of contention. Well, then what's the point of contention? How are Americans so retarded? I don't know. This person could not be an American. I don't know if they are or not. At least they're typing quickly. That he was shot after the gun was removed by the agent? Yeah, that was bad. And that's the reason why they need to have an investigation. He should not have been shot.
not how it works.
This is actually scary. I'm worried, guys. This is scary. You've exhausted the dialogue tree? Bro, I already said that. I agree with you. You're not getting banned. This is ridiculous. Like, he's arguing he should have been arrested and not shot? Yeah, I agree with you. I think he should have been arrested and not shot. True. Unless he reached for the gun, which it seems like he didn't. Yeah, I agree. We're on the same page. Oh my god, this is scary.
An invasion of millions of people over our southern border and let people come into this country that were completely unvetted. Yeah. We know for a fact that we had hundreds, if not thousands, of terrorists, suspected terrorists, criminal organizations and gangs that came in and have been committing criminal activities against American citizens for years now, that the American people said enough is enough. We want them out of our country, we want them brought to justice, and they trusted President Trump to go out there and to make America safe again. It is absolutely false to say that there's more incidents with our law enforcement than there was in history before. In fact, our accuracy and our operations are being conducted in a manner that is historic for accuracy and taking care of people and doing so safely. So the narrative with the press that they've perpetuated that we have more individuals that have been jeopardized or that our detention centers are is absolutely false. Our detention standards and the people that are being taken care of there are at the highest level they've ever been. They exceed state and local standards, and we'll continue to do that and make sure that people have the facts around how people are treated when they're brought into detention, and then we take them home. Yes.
Probably to ask him questions. I mean, I think that's what makes sense. She's lying about the shooting. Doesn't it make you wonder if she lies about other things too? Yeah, it does. That's why I'm trusting what I saw in the video. Yeah, I think that's a good point. And I don't know if she's necessarily lying. She might have access to more information than I have. But from what I'm seeing on the video, it seems like it was unjustified to shoot him. But it's going to be hard to say, and they need to release the body cam footage, and then we can know for sure. That's really what my viewpoint on it is. It's pretty simple.
Witnesses to are you talking about the ones that have been detained that are illegal aliens? I won't speak to the investigation and the details, and those will continue to unfold, but I do know that we're continuing to follow the same protocols that we always have. Was there a question back here on the storm?
Probably not, right?
Yes.
If these are targeted arrests, why are these immigration agents going after civilians out of their way? And second,
this individual impeded the law enforcement officers and attacked them. State the facts as they unfolded on the street today. We were doing a targeted operation against an illegal criminal, and this individual came with a weapon and dozens of rounds of ammunition and attacked them. And these agents took action to defend their lives and to defend the lives of the people around them, and acted according to their training. And we will continue to let this process go forward and not allow people like Governor Walz and Mayor Fry to lie about what actually unfolded on that street. Now they have deemed this situation an unlawful assembly, and these leaders aren't even cleaning up the situation that they have as far as the violent riots that we see unfolding in Minneapolis right now.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna keep getting worse too.
Need to be strong, take action, protect their citizens, and partner with us to go after these criminals that perpetuate violence.
Press are so
and to
bad.
keep our law enforcement officers.
Like the only thing they should be asking for is body cam footage. Like every single press, if you care about actually finding out what happened with this, you need to be asking for the body cam footage of the actual officers and to figure out what really happened. Because that's the main thing that you need to figure out this. Because I'm gonna be honest, guys, from all the different angles, it's really hard to tell what's going on. It is. I think that again, like I feel like it seems like the officers fucked up, but I'm not 100% on that. And you've got to have the body cam footage. It's inconclusive. Like, I mean, I wouldn't put somebody in jail over that.
Dave, let's all be grateful.
Unclear. Yeah, it's very
people
unclear.
Who take an oath every day and they go out to enforce the laws. That is their job, is to enforce the laws and to make sure that there is consequences for breaking the law in this country and that it applies equally to everybody. That is what they do. They do it every day. They do thousands of operations every single week, and they do it with excellence. Don't let political corrupt leaders who are just trying to cover up their theft of American taxpayer dollars try to distract you from the facts of the situation. One more question, right here.
Dr. Timball said he told Susie Wiles that he was going to lead on this investigation. Are you working with local law enforcement?
This is the same protocol we'll always follow. Who would trust Governor Walz at this point? The man has stood up and encouraged resistance. He has refused to partner with us. He's sacrificed his citizens' safety and their well-being by choosing the side of people who break the law and who steal money and who perpetuate violence. He has chosen all of that and backed an administration previously that allowed an invasion of our country. We need to partner with people who truly understand that the law is the law, and in the United States, we will keep people safe. Thank you. Last question.
This is the last one. Okay.
Invoking the Insurrection Act.
The president will use every tool that he needs to follow through on his
They have to do that. Like, they need to use the Insurrection Act. They have to go harder on this. Because if they don't go harder on it, what's going to end up happening is it's just going to keep getting worse. Every single day, this problem will escalate until they finally put their foot down and stop it.
To the American people. I'm proud to work for a president that wants to keep people safe, and he recognizes that political individuals like Governor Walz and Mayor Frey need to be met head on with recognizing that we're not going to allow them to distract us from what they've facilitated for corruption in their state. We're going to treat Minneapolis exactly the way that we have treated every other city across this country as far as helping to make those streets safe. Remember, we have other cities with Democrat mayors, Republican mayors that we worked well with together. We've driven down the crime rates, we've driven down the murder rates, we have continued to keep people safe, and we have stopped hundreds of millions of lethal doses of drugs from killing our children, and have continued to do operations to make sure that we're protecting them, our kids and our grandkids, from the criminal networks that Joe Biden led in and leaders like Governor Walz allowed to be successful and to thrive on the streets of Minneapolis.
I think that people feel they feel like comfortable with being violent and aggressive when they think that they can get away with it. And if you have an overwhelming force of federal agents and military there, then the probability of them being violent or aggressive goes down dramatically.
It's going to stop. All of the control in this situation is in Governor Walz's hand.
A great example of this is that, like, I remember this was like during the LA protests, that there were like a few guys there with like a Humvee, and there were like two, like, I don't know, like National Guardsmen right behind these two people that were having the most extreme, like, just dramatic, ridiculous argument about politics, but everybody was totally civil and nobody was being violent at all. And the reason why is because right there next to them there were two armed fucking soldiers, basically, that had machine guns. So it's always easy to keep people accountable whenever there are degrees of accountability. But whenever there's no way to do that, you saw tons of violence happening in LA. And to the extent that people feel like they're going to be held accountable is to the extent that they will act like they're going to be held accountable. And it's just that simple.
Partner with us on, before you release a murderer out into the streets, give them to us so we can get them out of our country. We are focused specifically on child pedophiles and sexual assault and trafficking rings in Minneapolis. Have brought
80%.
dozens and dozens of them to justice. Why is he protecting them and refusing to work with us? All he has to do is, before you let somebody out of your jail onto the streets, is give them to us so we can get them out of our country. The second thing is, just keep people safe. Work with us so that we can go get these criminals and get out of there and not have to worry about our law enforcement officers getting attacked by individuals with guns and ammunition and weapons and assaulting and doxing them and their families. We'll continue to do all that we can. We also want to continue to make sure that everybody recognizes this storm is significant. It's the largest storm that we've seen impact the most states and this big of a population in possibly decades. So we want everybody to recognize the seriousness of it. Please stay home with your family.
To do this.
We will continue to give you announcements. We'll continue to work with your governors to get the resources that you need. Go to our website, ready.gov, and get a list of recommendations from us, but continue to pay attention to your local officials, and we'll continue to have conversations with every one of your emergency management directors and your governors to make sure that they're supported throughout this process. Again, it's going to be very, very cold.
So okay, well there it is. Yeah, I'll look at everything else now, but like that's pretty much about the end of it. And this is another yeah, this is more chaos. This is more shit going down. Let me go ahead and look at this here. Yep, a ton of fucking people out there.
Top priority is making sure that the rest of the night remains peaceful. What are the top tactics that are going to get that done?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this seems totally fine. I mean, nobody's in the road, nobody's destroying anything. This looks like maybe a small fire. It's not really a big deal. Like, I don't see anything wrong with this. Like, it's not a big deal at all. It's fine. Like, I think that it's so obvious to, like, understand what the difference between the two things are. Like, there's no problem with having a peaceful protest. There's no problem with having a demonstration. There's no problem with somebody expressing that they don't like ICE or they want ICE to leave. I think that's everybody's First Amendment right to do. But the problem is that when you have people that think that, you know, by large numbers, they can just simply enforce their will on other people, people that think that because they're aggrieved enough that it's okay for them to break the law, people that think that they don't have to follow the commands of a law enforcement officer, that's actually a problem. This right here, this isn't a problem. This is totally fine. That's how I see it. Yeah, people inciting should be immediately detained. Yeah, I think so. Serious question, why would their mission take priority over public safety? Why would they continue their ICE presence when there's obviously contentious? Well, because wouldn't a better solution be to reduce presence and reevaluate the situation? No, it wouldn't be, because if you do that, you create a reward structure around being violent and being aggressive to basically not have to follow the law. You see what I'm saying, right? So, like, for example, if the idea is that, well, if a law makes a lot of people mad, then we just won't have that law. I mean, imagine what would happen if that was the case. Like, I mean, we'd still have segregation. So, no, I don't think that's the way that we should handle things. Just because something creates chaos doesn't mean that it's bad. And also, like, the chaos, I think, is being created by the state. Like, I mean, really, if the state government was using the National Guard to, like, protect these people and to just finish these ICE investigations and the different captures, then it would just be over, and that would be it. So I don't think it's really that complicated. King Jeff, thanks for 5 subs. I appreciate it, guys. What's segregation? It's something that people are trying to bring back in some cases. We want good trouble? Yeah, that's definitely not good trouble at all. But, yeah, tell it to our former allies globally. Yeah, sure. And that's not a reward structure. They're talking about ICE murdering us as U.S. citizen. You're not going to emotionally escalate the situation in order to try to get me to give you a different answer. I don't care about your emotional manipulation. The reality is that, no, the federal government should not cease following the law and cease enforcing the law because a bunch of people go in there and they cause problems while it happens. If anything, that should mean that the federal government needs more people to go in, they need more enforcement, and they need even more people, you know, stopping this from happening. That's not the way that it works.
Yeah, I need to...
So yeah, it's just that simple. Yearly murder stats in Minneapolis paint an interesting picture. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, tagging you, a legit one worry. I get the moral argument. The officers are also operating on legality. Even with the facts, it comes down to their reasonable perception of the situation. Yeah, I mean, like, whether... Oh, my God.
Skybox has just panned over to this.
What the fuck?
Unclear. This is...
What's this?
Related to the protest activity. This could just be a simple traffic incident. We won't come to any conclusions, but it does appear Skybox...
Seems like a crazy traffic jam, huh? Wow.
We're seeing this massive demonstration in Minneapolis.
Not what I would see.
You know, Jeffrey, let's
told you wait till dark. Yeah.
A little bit of what Chief
People are gonna crash out like crazy.
Today at the press conference, he said he plans to maintain order in the city. He says they're focusing on de-escalation for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I bet they are.
The situation, at least when he was giving the update, and from everything that we can tell, he says the situation is peaceful right now. And the state did
make sure to follow the stream.
Have to deploy less than lethal rounds in order to disperse the dangerous gathering. You know, when unlawful assembly is called for,
yeah, even they're having to do it to their own people too.
For anybody that's in the demonstration or even near the demonstration.
Just don't break the law. It's so fucking simple. It's completely obvious what to do. Trump admin is take some accountability. Seems like they're just one-siding it like the left in Minnesota is. Well, I don't really know about that. I think that, again, I'm a big supporter of ICE, which is the reason why I think they need to have an investigation. Like, you can't have policing without accountability. And that's the reason why I advocate for body cameras and I advocate for higher quality police officers, right? So whenever you have a situation like today, I think that it's imperative that that situation is completely investigated down to the last fucking, millimeter of footage. And every single bit of it needs to be investigated, and they need to figure out what really happened. And if the officer did something wrong, then the officer needs to be held accountable for it. That's it. Because if you support something, you have to be the first people to criticize it. Exactly. Because if you have the perspective that ICE can do no wrong, you basically are like the Gestapo at that point. You are like the fucking secret police, because you're saying that by the nature of them being an enforcement mechanism, they're not accountable to anybody, and there should be no investigation. That's not the case. We do live in America, and yes, obviously the people that are, doing anything crazy should be held accountable, definitely. But at the same time, you should be able to, expect that the police officers won't, do something illegal or hurt you or do something that they shouldn't do. So yeah. Was border control shot the guy? Is that still considered ICE? Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I'll go back and see if there's any more of these that are worth looking at, but it does seem like there's a lot of crash outs. Well, no, before anything, videos are trash, zero information. Yeah, I don't think there's really a definitive conclusion to it. So you're logical about ICE or any law enforcement agency out there can improve in certain ways. Body cameras are important. Absolutely. And that's why body cameras are necessary, in my opinion. I think that you need to have body cameras on every single ICE agent. Like, in my opinion, I think these ICE agents not even having a number is a huge mistake. Like, what I would do if I were them, and this is what I think they should have to do, Will, thanks for the 10 subs, is that I don't think they should have to show their face, and I don't think that they should have to give their name. But what I do think is they should have to have a serialized number that's readily visible to anybody who they're interacting with. So if that person has a bad interaction with that officer, they can go and call ICE or Border Patrol or the government and say, hey, this person assaulted me and was treating me badly, and I want accountability and I want to sue this person. So, I think that obviously they shouldn't have to show their face because that would be dangerous for them at a minimum. Well, I think that's, basically... Why did they need to show their face? Well, they wanted the reason why people want them to show their face is so they can dox them and find out where they live and harass their family. Well, we obviously don't want that to happen, but at the same time, you have to have accountability for the officers, so that way if there is something that goes wrong, like with today, for example, potentially, I think it's likely, that person is held directly accountable, and that person is known, and you know exactly who fucked up, right? And I know obviously body cams are serialized, etc., but you need something that's visible to the public, if for no other reason than an act of public reassurance. Having a bunch of unnamed, unserialized, random guys with no name at all or anything attached to them, and it's just like this, faceless guard of people that there's no accountability for, that's going to scare people. It's obviously going to scare people, and it doesn't do anybody any favors. Like, it's an unforced error that unnecessarily escalates things in a way that just makes it worse for everyone. It doesn't make it better at all, but it just makes it worse for the officers because it scares the people. It makes it worse for the people because they can't hold the officers accountable. It makes it worse for everyone. So that's really my outlook on it more than anything. Civilians who just mass report like they do in WoW, for example, well, that's okay. They could mass report, and then people could just look at the videotape and they could see whether it's true or not. Like, I think, yeah, obviously people will mass report, but you still have to go out and look and base that. How do you fix it? Well, that's why I was saying having a badge number that's not identifiable directly in a public database, but a private database for the government. Because the core and most important thing is that law enforcement is held accountable. And the way that you do that is you have to make sure you have a way to identify them. The way to identify them doesn't have to be with their name. It can be with a number. And then the number internally in that database can correlate to the name. It's just common sense. It is. It's so common sense. Someone DM'd me a video of the killing on Reddit since it's been stabilized. Not sure if it's stream friendly though. Yeah, I think that we're gonna have I don't know if any of the different videos are going to be definitive at this point. I really just don't know. Minnesota rioter bites somebody's finger off. Holy fuck. Let's see if I can find any more of this. Oh, I think I saw this.
Homicide, manslaughter. That's who they're trying to protect in Minnesota. Rape, homicide, manslaughter. That's who they're trying to protect in Minnesota. I do not understand these people. We sent Governor Walz a very strong letter today.
Okay.
She gotta go. Oh, she's gotta go. They gotta get rid of her. Like, it really, honestly, like this is like a meme. It's a meme. Like, what are we doing here? Oh my God. Regime propagandists. Oh Jesus. Let me come back. Yeah, I'll look at that in a minute. And wow, a strongly worded letter. She actually said this.
Governor Walz, a very strong letter today. We had been working on this letter. We got it out saying that he better support President Trump. He better support the men and women in law enforcement, because if he doesn't, we are. And that's what we're doing right now.
Oh, right. You better do it.
Are there any consequences in this letter?
Well, we'll see. This is fluid. Let's
we'll see. Yeah. Okay. No.
See how Governor Walz responds. Let's see what he does based on this, based on what's happening right now. But this administration is going to support the citizens. We're going to support our great men and women in law enforcement. Rape, homicide.
Now, what do you expect her to do? I mean, probably go out there and try to press charges on these people. I mean, that's the first thing that I would do. Apprehend them. Do everything that you can. I bet she's the reason why Trump won't do anything. Yeah, it's so fucking embarrassing. And then what's this here? Somebody link me this. My mod linked me this. What does it say? The U.S. regime is in trouble. Bringing in mercenaries is its last hope. Riots in dozens of cities and ICE under siege. Minneapolis, Maine, Portland, next stop, Washington. 47 years of revolution. POTUS, 47 coincidence. Happy New Year to every American in the streets. Also to every Hezbollah. Bro. What an idiot. What a dumb fucking idiot, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's just so dumb. What happened to the guy who was shot? We don't really know. I mean, it's uncertain right now. Slowed down in large video. Struggling with federal agents. What appears to be a gun falling from his possession. I don't know. Let's see here if I can find it. Yeah, this is just, I'm not going to get into that, obviously. And the National Guard arrives. Okay, all right.
I had a shredder. That opened a shredder.
Man.
Shredder.
It's about fucking time, I'll tell you that. Also speaking, I don't think so. That's a lot of them too. God damn. Jesus. Yeah, I guess that's how it is. And temp on timber on the National Guard. Yeah, I think so. Those are old school. Absolutely. Any sane person would not be close to ICE agents recording with their phone and not expecting to find out. Yeah, it's a mistake to get that close to somebody whenever they're doing something. It's also just dangerous, right? I mean, like, let's be honest. It's very dangerous. And then Trump is sending the National Guard to Minneapolis. I don't know whether that's true or not. And, yeah, this is also, I don't know really. Like, very soon, probably tomorrow or the day after, we're going to have an attack on Iran. I think that's probably where things are going to go. You need tens of thousands of police agents. You want to end this? Yeah, I know. That's why I need to do it as soon as possible. And I think also, as soon as they arrest a handful of people and there's actually accountability for it, it'll go away. Trump and mayor and governor are inciting an insurrection. Well, if the mayor and the governor are inciting an insurrection, isn't there an act for that? Isn't there a way that you can go after that? Like, that's kind of weird, right? I mean, like, I hear this, and it's like, okay, really, guys? I didn't know that. So, like, if that's the case, then maybe you should do something about it. Yeah, National Guard, right? Yeah, let's see if I can find any more of these that are worth looking at, because it's really been kind of crazy to see the amount of, like, I think that there's a big degree of, like, kind of just bullshit that people are saying, but overall, you know, it's just, hey, when you point guns at us, like, a lot, yeah, I bet. I'll be right back, I use the bathroom. And do you think there will be a World War III? Probably not. I don't really think so. I'll be right back.
Huh? The benefits of YouTube is studied biologists and it is still part of the human condition. Okay. What am I supposed to do? These are just debris. I guess these here for material. Okay. No. Nope. Converge into square because I can't be.
Expect an attack on Iran? I think it's going to be in the next 48
Oh.
hours. I swear to God, bro. Like,
I
if
need
there
a
is a
trade
snowstorm
platform,
and I miss the Iraq war, I'm going to be, or Iran war, I'm going to be fucking mad. I'm going to be so fucking mad if that happens. What's the song currently playing? It's just a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 soundtrack. Yeah, quick piss, of course. Yeah, why would I waste my fucking time? Absolutely not. Oh, here we go. Where's the American flags? Uh-huh. They're down. They're all upside down? Yeah, of course. Isn't this crazy that this entire crash out is being, it's all spurred on by them getting rid of illegal aliens? I mean, whenever you take a step back and you think about it, it's really kind of ridiculous, isn't it? That, like, all of this is over illegal aliens. What the fuck is going on? Oh my god. Is this considered as a civil war? I don't think it's going to get that bad. I don't think so. Honestly, the reason why is, like, Minnesota doesn't have a military. I mean, you've got to keep in mind, like, the Confederate military was massive. It was like half the country. Minnesota is one state. It's not like they're going to be able to fight off the federal government. It wouldn't be really much of a war. They just get rolled over in, like, probably 2 days. That's it. And other than that, that's really all that you can say. And for the country, why do they want illegal non-Americans? Because they want, I don't know why. None of it really makes sense to me at all. And, oh, here we go.
Newly changed plates with the code sticker on the back. We're on Irving and Lake Street, going north on Irving. We seem to be the only commuters following. Just wanted to give an update on our location.
So they're in Discord. They're in a Discord call together, driving around, honking their horns.
And we are getting a photo sent to the chat for confirmation.
This is John 612. That we are at Grand and Lake. We're heading toward Irving. We can try and join you.
Thank you, John 612.
Jesus, how many people have jobs? I don't know.
From the WhatsApp group that they're driving.
Isn't that crazy?
28, 29 Pleasant and Pillsbury Avenue. Do you want to swing by there first? I'm making my way down.
How's this allowed to go on? Because the government's full of retards.
Let me see. What's this initial? Thanks, sir. Please go on mute. Providing power to John 612, please go on mute. Lokito, go ahead.
They're really going around,
yeah,
huh?
That great. 50 just drove past me on the opposite way towards Cedar.
It's crazy they can't figure this out. Surprised normies haven't been infiltrated by ICE already? Well, they're not doing anything about it.
Okay, we've got 2 commuters behind that F-150. Do you have anyone in this call who's at 28, 29 Pleasant right now? Lokito, you're not there, correct?
Man.
Correct, I am on 3rd and Lake. I will be
GTA RP? I know. They're literally LARPing as police? Yeah, they are.
What the hell is the EXO?
Do you want me to keep an eye out?
Guys, they're not a secret police. No, this is totally different. It's totally different when we're doing this.
Spanish WhatsApp about 28th to 29th and Pleasant.
No, we're not the secret police. We're going... We have to be the secret police because we're going to stop the other secret police.
That'd be great. Hey, this is Fubar. We're also about a minute out.
Cam Bigsby? Let me see if I can find it. So he's the one that made this group? Found it? Oh, let me see here.
This is James O'Keefe in downtown scene of the shooting, covering it. It said, leave or you're dead. You have 1 hour to leave or you're dead. We are going to produce our footage, gathering everything we've got from this weekend. We're going to put our report together.
This is what they do, man. Like, yeah, I mean, they're terrorists. They aren't. They're just straight up terrorists. This is what they do. Yeah, every day that you let these people go on, they will multiply. Because the idea of being able to resist and doing this is appealing to a lot of people. And when people feel like it's possible, it's kind of like BLM, for example, right? Is that the BLM protests at the beginning were really kind of small. It wasn't a big deal. And then over time, because there was no enforcement, it just got worse and worse and worse. And then eventually, everything's burning down, stores are being looted, and there's chaos everywhere.
Along with the hidden camera footage that we...
Yeah, that's what happens. They got tons of funding from the CCP. Well, I don't think there's really that at all.
Honest.
Explain why Americans use the Latin term alienist. We use it because it's the similarity to alien. It's just because alien means foreign, right? That's it. I infiltrated a signal group around Minneapolis with the sole intention of tracking down federal agents and impeding and assaulting them. Buckle up, all will be revealed. Oh boy, here we go. Is there any more of this? Yeah. Jesus. Look at them all. Look at them all. Probably like 600 people in this. That's a lot. Yep.
What?
That's a whole database. Yep, they want to make a whole database and do everything like this. Can we refer to protesters as insurrection enjoyers? I mean, they're getting pretty close to being insurrectionists, yeah. In a lot of regards, I think so. I've been undercover inside for days. Emojis next to people's names. Here's a key for what the emojis mean. What is this here? Mobile patrol, I guess they're like, they just call, license plate checker. Yeah, I mean, you can see that these people are incredibly organized. And the reason why they're incredibly organized is freedom to assemble or conspiring. It's absolutely conspiring. You can't plan to impede law enforcement operations. It's just illegal. Like, I understand people think that, oh, I want to do this, but no, it's not a good idea. You should not be doing this. And planning and coordination makes it an insurrection? Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're clearly planning and trying to do this themselves. And so, yeah, it's a huge fucking mistake. I'm kind of shocked, to be honest, that people are putting up with this as much. But, you know, for some reason, that's happening. And local police are in on it? Yeah, I think in some cases they are. I mean, in a lot of cases, it's scary. Some of these people probably have government resources and connections. Yeah, I mean, and they'll use them. This is why, I mean, this is the reason why you have to go after these people as aggressively as you can, is because if you don't, they'll go after you like this. That's what they do. So this is it. Offer balloon patrol. A signal call is limited to 75 users. Don't join the call. What is the rest of this? This is more information. I'm going to take patrol training. Yeah, so they're offering training and everything for how to like go in. And like, I don't know if they're all like obstructing the officers or doing anything else. Crowdsourced database of plates identified as ICE in Minnesota. So they have like a database of all the license plates as well. Oh my God. Man. Man. How about that? What laws are they breaking? Conspiracy. I don't know the specific law, but I do know that it's against the law to go out and conspire to. Well, it's also like, it's kind of like the difference between like premeditated murder versus just like randomly shooting somebody. Basically, like if you conspire to do something ahead of time, that shows a higher level intent than just doing it on your own. Like people say like intent is like 80% of the law or something like that. It's very common. Criminal conspiracy? Yeah. Why isn't the military there? Trump doesn't want to. That's one. Worst legal take, please, dog. Well, let me pull this up. Just a minute. Do you think that conspiring to do something elevates the charge? Like, let's say you conspire to commit a crime, and then you go out and you commit that crime. Does that change it? It's the same as, no, that's not what I asked. So if you conspire to commit a crime, and then you commit that crime, is that treated the same as if you just randomly did it? Don't even private investigators have to be licensed? I'm not sure. Then it wouldn't be random? Well, yeah, obviously it wouldn't be random because they're planning it out with these databases. Obviously it's not random. That's why they have a database. And they're talking about it. That's the whole point. I don't even know what this... Well, let's see what it says. Yeah, well, let me see if I can pull it up. I've hired 500 PIs to obstruct federal laws. You go to jail. This isn't kids on a walkie-talkie. Yeah. Well, let me see what this is. But what would be the crime? Well, I didn't ask you that. I'm asking you if you conspire ahead of time is why I say private investigator? No. It's a very simple question. If you conspire to do something before you do it, does that make the crime that you do even worse? Like, does it or not? I mean, it's very simple. I don't know why we have to, like, you're talking about private. I'm just asking a simple question. It's a very simple question. I agree with you, except when crime is used in your question. Well, it is a crime to impede a federal investigation, right? Like, so basically, okay, so let's work through this, okay? So, is it against the law to impede a federal investigation? Like, let's say ICE is trying to do something, and you get in the way and you stop them from doing it. Is that against the law? Yeah, it's very, very simple. We'll see what this person says. Maybe they'll have something that's worth listening to. Surely this time you will. If the action is done, then yes. Okay, so then, all right, so then we agree. Yeah. Like, obviously, like, if you're conspiring to go out and do this, and you're organizing and spreading information with the express purpose of trying to impede law enforcement and commit a crime, then, yeah, obviously it's against the law. I don't even know why you're saying this. It's so stupid, it's not even worth it. I don't want to deal with it. Doesn't want to answer directly. Yeah, I know. That's the reason why. Minneapolis Signal Group infiltrated. For each chat, a specific part of the city has smaller districts broken up, which it calls patrol zone. Wait, they're calling it patrol zones, which guide ICE chasers on where they need to be or should be in position. Oh my God. And so they have all this documentation here too, and this is all the information we already saw. Oh my God.
White Chevy Silverado.
Oh, we already saw this one before.
He's
5 observers are on there. KM, I'll probably have you stay on that F-150. But anyone else that's on this call that is currently on that F-150...
Sometimes it's against the law just to conspire.
I think we could use our resources and energy better somewhere else.
I agree. If there's somewhere you want to send us, that's great. Otherwise, we could go up in a phone.
Okay. So, whoa. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with this shit. Oh, this. Oh.
Is this the Karen Gestapo you've been telling us about? Yes, it is. I mean, do you really think all of these things happened randomly? Of course they didn't happen randomly. By the way, inside of those like Somalian daycare scams, there are going to be these same groups. There are these exact same groups are going to be there. They have probably WhatsApp groups or something like a Facebook group that they're communicating in as well. How do you think that every single, like, you know, the learning center doesn't have anybody there, and then out of nowhere, there are a bunch of people show up randomly? Like, you think all this happens randomly? Of course not. No, they're communicating with each other regularly.
I think I said it from that.
So inspiring to stalk federal officers? Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't this straight up stalking? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's nothing unless it gets enforced, I'll tell you that. If it doesn't get enforced, nothing happens. Let me see if there's any more of these that are worth looking at. I think that's pretty much about it. Leave and delete, new chat. Yeah, they're obviously trying to do this as much as possible. Uniform, salute, acronym. Yeah, they're very, very organized. They are. And not clearly on foot walking a dog, so had to leave the scene. What is this here? Jurisdiction, a callback if they hindered public safety. Yeah, exactly, of course, obviously that's what's happening. Heading there on foot. Yeah, they're obviously using this to coordinate doing everything, right? I mean, that's clearly the reason why. And, yeah, for a bunch of crimes, they didn't do anything wrong. They're sure of hiding everything. Of course they are. Absolutely. Under federal law, it's illegal to willfully interfere with a federal officer for official duties, like saying people where be and what they will do. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is bad. I mean, it very clearly is bad. Eventually, more people will continue being attacked, and there's going to be more violence of what's going to happen. The chat is vetted. I guess not, right? And yeah, they're doing this probably, and they're doing it as indiscriminate, or sorry, as secretly as possible. But it's obviously not. You know, they can figure this stuff out if they really want to, but it is difficult to do. And right-wingers got a hold of some documents. If I got to take some links in the description and edit some things. If you have plate checking questions, you can ask here. Yep, exactly. There's another one too. Code names HAH. She believes that property damage isn't violence, and she was a campaign strategist for Tim Walz. Oh boy, what a surprise! Wow, it's an actual Karen Gestapo. Yep, all into prison. I know, they've got to go after these people. It's just really insane. And I don't know what really any of this is. I'm not going to look at it again. And I told everyone there was men in Minneapolis, or it'll screw up every other city they're trying to do this in. They're right. They are right about this, is that if they're able to get Trump to back down on ICE, then every other city will know that all they have to do is crash out hard enough, and then the federal government will pull out. So it's inevitable. It's inevitable that would happen, right? Is that like if you saw that, okay, well, if we make things bad enough, the federal government will get away, they'll leave, then yeah, of course they're going to do that.
Use the trade.
They said that this was for retribution.
They said that?
They tried the same shit in Chicago. It didn't work the same way it worked here. We're pushing back harder. If we went here, they can't take any of the rest of the Midwest. This is the start of their downfall. If we lose here, everywhere else is fucked.
He's right. That's why it's important that they lose. And to the extent that you don't push them down and you don't, like, stomp this out, they will feel emboldened and enabled to do this everywhere else. He's right.
No one else has the sort of resistance. We have to win here. This will be the end of ICE.
Oh, the banging, bro. Like, yeah. And emboldened by the flames of Somali fraud. Yes, exactly. And it's so cringe. Well, again, like, they let all of this happen. Like, they did. And they're paying for all this. Who's funding all this? Yeah, look at all this. Yep. Man.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of money, too.
A lot of these. Print auto. Large extent. Okay, let's print auto. Store erasers.
If it's not paid, it's a clown. Well, they got to figure out who's paying for it, right? But in my opinion, I don't think Trump and the military, or Trump and the administration, I don't think that they have the balls to do it. I don't. I think that this will just continue getting worse, and then eventually it will probably fizzle out. I don't think that they're probably going to pull out and stop doing it, but at the same time, I do think they're going to try to, like, eventually the people will get tired, or they'll get, just exhausted, and it'll probably, like, there's always going to be, like, a climax of this, and then it will go down. You're saying all I gotta do is go to a protest and I get free shit? Yeah, apparently. I didn't even know that, but that seems to be the case. So, yeah, you need not underestimate them. They know what they're doing. Their power lies and deception. Yeah, they have state government and the media on their side. Yeah, well, I mean, again, it's just going to keep getting worse more and more until people put their foot down on it, right? That's it.
So
what's this? All the shit our people went through, and you gonna be help these slave catchers? Weird ass nigga. Get out the bitch and pack you out.
I don't even know what that is. What is this?
I just looked for this.
He getting arrested?
Whoa. Okay, huh. Something wrong.
There you go. Tell me what y'all like. You like rapists and murderers and, yeah, I love them. And child molesters? Let me tell you about it. Yeah. I love them. I get out the hell. God bless ICE, man.
Man.
Blocking traffic. You need to move. You can't do shit about it. You need to move. You ain't real police. You can't do shit about it.
See? This is the reason why it's so damaging and so dangerous that they go out and they say this stuff. This is the reason why. It's because people will listen to it and they'll believe it and they'll act on it.
Police. All right. Hey, I can block traffic all day. I'll sit this bitch. Don't talk to me, though. You should be ashamed. All the shit our people went through, and you gonna be help these slave catching? Weird ass niggas.
Slave catching.
Get out the bitch and pack you out.
You can if you want. Oh boy, here we go. Right outside the Baptist church. Let's get it. I think this is going to be another episode of when keeping it real goes wrong.
I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. I don't know why you up for that. Hey, I'm a Texas ID holder.
Uh-oh. Keeping it real goes wrong.
Then you should support the country. Then you should support the country. If you're a vet, you should support the country. Now, if you're a vet, you should support the country. You should support the country. You try to run over ICE officers. You should be ashamed, bro. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed, bro. You should be ashamed. God bless America.
And that's the problem. You got people in our country.
Well, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, he just got mad and then he left. That was it. That's a threat. Arrest him? Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, like, they let this happen. They let it happen. They don't go after these people. And every single time that somebody sees a video like that and then a guy gets away with it, somebody else gets the idea that they can do the same thing. And then before you know it, it's happening everywhere. This is a contagion. The moment that you start letting this happen is the moment that it explodes and it gets 1,000 times worse. And that's it. And I don't know why people don't get that. FBI.
So what the?
Wait. This is not. No way. This is real, right? Like. Yeah, this is like bullshit. Like, I'm just reading this, and it's like, okay, is this true? Yeah, I was about to say, a tunnel. Yeah, like, we've been here before, man. And I don't know what else to say besides this. Just dox himself while streaming? Oh, I mean, the guy already did. I mean, it's not really that complicated. But let's see here if I can find any more of the posts that are worth looking at. And I love how you think you know how to deal with this better than the federal agents. Well, let me ask you something. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull it up. Do you think that it's a good idea? Like, I mean, really, the federal agents probably do know how to deal with it. It's the government that's not dealing with it because they're not doing it. Do you think that it's a good idea to let people go around making threats at the federal agents' lives? Do you think that's good? Is that like a good idea?
Curious.
Because, like, in my opinion, I think that if somebody does that, you need to arrest them, right?
What is this?
It's dangerous.
Howard, okay.
Yeah, how's that work? The guy got shot as Bay's parents. What his parents were talking about it. What is this? If I can find it. Is there a video for it? Yeah, I don't see his parents talking about it at all. Yeah, so... Oh, so they interviewed the parents. Okay, let me look at this in a minute. I'm gonna see if I can find this real quick. Sorry, it's so bright. You said they should have arrested him? You think you know more than the agent dealing with it? Yeah, I think they should have arrested him. Every time you say something, you're disrespecting that agent? Yeah, I think they made the wrong decision. Yeah, I do.
Huh?
Like, obviously, I think they made the wrong decision. I think it's a mistake to not hold people like that accountable. I don't think that's really disrespect. It's just, this is my opinion. Asking her a question, so you can ban me? I don't need to. Okay, anyway, let's move on. So Alex Preddy, the anti-ICE agitator, was told by his parents not to engage with federal officers while attending protests in Minnesota. He'd been carrying a gun, and this is, so they interviewed this person. He cared deeply for the people. He was very upset with what was happening in Minneapolis, and he thought the United States with ICE, as millions of other people were upset. That's Michael Preddy, his father, said he felt that doing the protesting was a way to express that, you know, and take care of others. In recent conversations with a 37-year-old son, Preddy's parents told him not to engage with federal officers. We had this discussion with him 2 weeks ago or so, you know, that go ahead and protest, but do not engage, do not do anything stupid, basically. And he said he knows that, he knew that. Yeah, it was a mistake to do that. So even his parents told him not to do that. That's crazy.
What? What the fuck is this?
That's kind of sad too, honestly, it is. Family members of Preddy said he owned a handgun and had a permit to carry, but he had never been known to carry the firearm. The shooting of the ICE agent they were conducting, as the ICE agents conducting an operation to detain an illegal immigrant with violent criminal history. Yeah, I mean, there it is. So they had even told, like, that's what's really sad, is that, like, I mean, again, I want you guys to see that, like, the same thing that I said is what his parents did. Exactly. And he's a nurse who wanted to help the woman an ICE agent threw on the ground, that's all. I mean, you're going to help somebody with a gun?
What?
Like, that's just so blatantly dishonest, it's insane.
I need a beacon.
Like, because he's a nurse, he's able to, like, physically interfere with the agent and then resist arrest. It doesn't even make sense. Like, it's insane how many people are just so dishonest about this. It's nuts. I'm shocked by it, honestly. And where is this here? I have no idea what this is. This is just some more bullshit. And
oh, they have the extra.
Oh, this is that same guy before. This is that protest guy.
That's
Mr. Frey, the mayor over there in Minneapolis. I gotta respond to this wet soy boy from Mr. Frey, the mayor over there in Minneapolis.
The protester,
on his press conference this morning was begging us Americans to have some compassion and humanitarian. We will be on the right side of history when our grandchildren ask us, which side of history were you on? You know, with all of this going on.
In my opinion, that is so, like, it's just all self-aggrandizement. That's all it is.
Let me tell you, Mr. Frey, the reason it's just going on right now is because of people like you that wanted those borders open, that wanted these sanctuary cities, to allow anybody to come in here unvetted.
Yep. They cause the problem, and then they cause chaos when other people try to solve the problem, and then they blame the problem on those other people.
Check for diseases, crime, criminal records, pedophilia, rape, murder, drugs. You opened up this can of worms, and you fucked everything up. All of you did. And now what's happening to some decent people that have been here for decades are being taken and thrown away when they were just here, accepted. It happens. It's leakage. I'm sure one of my ancestors from Italy swam off the boat and didn't go through the system, but he assimilated and we let it go. But now everything's just chaotic. You opened up those can of worms.
They took it to an extreme because we've always had illegal aliens in the country, but like the extent of it accelerating just kind of made it like it's like you can't deny this is going to happen or it's happening.
This is on your watch, all of you humanitarians out there. Let me tell you something about the right side of history, fucko. You know what side of history I'm going to be on? And I still am on? I'm on a side of history that wishes that this young lady right here, Jocelyn, was still alive, 12 years old, tied to a tree and repeatedly raped, then strangled and thrown in a fucking river like a bag of dead cats by illegal aliens.
What the fuck?
You know what side of history I'm on, fucko? I'm on a side of history that wishes this young lady, this poor homeless woman, Sabrina Kawam, nobody even knows her name, set on fire in the New York subway. Just nobody helping, standing there, burning alive. Look at the picture, Mr. Frey.
Jesus.
And the rest of you fucking humanitarians. Nobody. This woman, I wish she was still alive. That's the side of history I want to be on. Who burnt her? An illegal alien.
Yep.
Side of history I want to be on, Mr. Frey, is the side of history that wishes hundreds of thousands of our young adults were still here. And not dead from fentanyl coming over that fucking open border into these sanctuary cities. That's the side of history I'm gonna be on.
He's completely right.
So you could take your fucking bullshit, humanitarianism, and stick it up your fucking ass. Like the rest of you fake fuckers out there.
Jesus. All right. He just let him know. Mona's guy? No, he's completely based on this. He's totally right. I mean, I think this guy's great. And, I don't understand how nobody can connect the two of these things, man. I don't report very early. He was saying you have to kill me. He was going for his gun. I didn't see that. I didn't hear that either. I have no idea. And, this was insane. Quit referring to these folks as law enforcement. They're not law enforcement. Man, that is, I think, probably the worst part of it. It really is. Yeah, holy preach. Yeah, I know. So based. No based is urban. More based. Yeah, exactly. And let's see. I'll see if I can find any more of these here. Mass calls to resign. Oh, God. And where'd it come down? What is this? Oh, I've already seen that one before, too.
Sir, I would like for you to back away from me.
I thought you were going to get a good picture of me. Get out of her face. What's up? Get out of her face. You're a professor at the University of Oklahoma. You were assaulting a young woman.
No, I'm not assaulting anyone.
Go home.
Go. You want to? You're done with the conversation.
What a weirdo!
Yes, I'm done with the
so you can't.
Who is this guy?
I can answer all your questions. No, you haven't. I can answer all your questions. You haven't answered a single question. The whole time I was having a conversation with you, all you did was mock and say absolutely stupid things.
You need to be mocked because you're without logic. You're
people who stand
reason.
No, I was using logic, reason, language.
You stand on this corner,
engaging
other people to live their lives.
Yeah, your son needs to put you in a place.
Jesus.
Go fuck yourself.
Jesus Christ. People have absolutely lost their fucking mind. Yeah, they're just nuts. Local Minneapolis politician David Schneider identified as an admin in an anti-ICE signal group. Wait a minute. No way. No way. Oh my God. It's almost like the people that are trying to push against this are using basically illegal methods to fight against it. Yes, like everybody could have predicted it. Everybody knew this was happening. We all knew this. Everybody knew this. Jail, yeah, what a twist. Yes, it's so obvious this is what was going on. And some people wanted to deny it. I don't know how. It's so delusional. It was so evidently clear what was going on. Serious question for the millennials. My older cousin says she used to burn CDs for her crush, like with fire. Was this a ritual? Did it work? Oh my God. Wow. Kind of insurrection. I told you guys. I did. I said it was happening. It's so obvious that it's happening. And yeah, there it is, guys. And I feel old now. Yeah, I can see why they'd be confused. Yeah, I can definitely see that. What a fucking surprise. Who needs a phone when you have a photographic memory? I don't know if this guy has photographic memory, man. 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 Well, what does it say? I'm sure he paid attention. Well, is it confusing? Wait, what did I say? Oh. I didn't. He's full scanning? Yeah, bro, like he's Grok. Yeah, exactly, like he's the one, he's doing it himself. I didn't even read it. I just assume it said photographic. I was like, what the fuck is this? Is that you? You can relate? I guess not. Can you blame him? I guess not. And so entirely think Japanese media should cater to you. Bro thinks Japanese are the intended audience of anime anymore. Buddy, the 2010s are calling you home? Surely that's what they should do.
Functioning lightsabers.
Every single man.
Who said we need them?
Heather.
Huh? Who said we need
Yep.
I wanted them. I don't need them.
That's right.
You know a secret?
Okay, some parts that's very useful.
I want more. And I know I shouldn't.
I got a better question. Why would I go on a date when I could just stay home and just do this all day?
Oh shit!
This is way more fun.
All right. Yeah, I want more. Yeah, exactly. I probably had, like, as a kid, I probably had like 5 or 6 or 7. Right? I had a lot more.
Okay.
No, I'm like. No, I'm like.
Let's skip the rock down there.
A zine. Let's give a zine.
What the? Oh, there it is. There it is. Is it gonna break the ice? Is it? Oops.
Ще не можна виїхати.
Damn.
Balance of the sea.
What the fuck, man?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he just rolled that bitch down there. Oh my God, Moses. Yeah, bro. Like. My room in WoW housing. I will watch this. I don't know if I'm gonna look at it right now, but I will watch this at some point. And old cartoon tried to warn us. Was it?
I am late.
He's a lawyer too?
Ma'am, I was already a blood-sucking parasite. All I needed was a briefcase.
Why did they play that song? Of all the songs to play, why did they play that song? They played the Jewish theme song. What's that?
Adjutant, hurry!
Oh my God. Why is it in her shoe? Oh, of course. Oh my God.
Yeet. Oh. Wait, I do have fall damage? What?
Jesus Christ, guys. This is a video game? What?
Why won't it work?
This is a game?
I know. Operation complete.
Let's see.
Darling, allow
Huh?
me to contribute
Wait,
as
which
well.
is CM? I'm so okay. Oh,
This is so degenerate. Bro.
Is this still happening? I think.
Who does
Feels
this?
pretty rare,
We've
though.
stopped pretending.
Must
Yeah, I
say.
guess so. Best game ever.
These are the coins I want. Just for you, darling.
Oh my god, this is embarrassing. The game's called Snowbreak.
All set. I'm gonna win even more coins for you, Adjutant. Watch this.
That's
Oh
very
my
just
God.
Adjutant, Adjutant. I did pretty great, didn't I?
Jesus
Darling.
Hey, I played that game.
I'm just waiting for
It's pretty boring game though.
This is so ridiculous, man. Oh my god. And these games make so much money too. That's what's so insane.
What?
Is that these games are so popular.
What?
So, how are you going to reward me tonight?
Jesus Christ.
Huh?
Like this is insane. Really, I mean this is so degenerate. Oh wow. And there's so many people that play these fucking games. I've thought about playing one of these for content before, but I just don't really like. I would feel weird even playing one, you know? Like I was thinking of playing that Love and Deep Space game, which is like that girl gooner game with a bunch of gay dudes. And I thought about playing that one too, just to see what would happen in the game. I did. And it's fucking nuts, man.
Oh,
Stop pretending you downloaded it. No, I did not download this. Absolutely not. My long lost baby brother. Oh god.
What year were you born?
2004.
Oh, whoa.
Yep. That's fucked up, man. That this could happen to a guy from 2004? Oh my god. Yeah, like that's like, yeah, well, let's see, how old would he be? Like, he's like, oh wait, what, 21, 22? God damn. That's really bad. Holy shit. It's a mystery why women live longer than us. Also, men. What is this, in Serbia? Why would they... What are they... Is that a bomb? Is it a, like... It's a sea mine, isn't it? That's a... Yeah. I can't see it. What? Oh my god! Jesus! Out of their fucking mind. Actually exploded? Yeah, I bet it fucking did. Holy shit. Okay, conduct raccoon research in a bikini. I don't know about that.
These penguins are all heading to the open water to the right. But one of them caught our eye, the one in the center.
Is he fat?
He would neither go towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony.
I can relate.
Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away.
All right, yeah.
Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why?
This is fucking retarded. It's a stupid fucking penguin. Like, what do you mean, but why? It's a stupid fucking penguin. Like, I mean, like you trying to think like what a penguin, why is a penguin do so? It's a fucking penguin. Yeah, it's a fucking penguin. What do you expect? I mean, really, like.
I prefer small ones. Not like micro ones, but small ones.
Okay.
I'm no size queen. I like them small.
The big ones always make me feel like I have to pee.
I made fun of my buddy for having a small one, but I didn't let me hold it. Now I low-key want a small one too.
Is it a phone?
I've never had one at all, but if I did, it would be a small one.
When I'm drunk, I want a big one, but only when I'm drunk.
My husband's really into big ones. Kind of weirds me out. So I just sit in a chair and watch him and his buddies just go to town. Meanwhile, I'm just over here enjoying the small ones.
Now we have small ones. But don't worry, we still have big ones.
This is the thing I need.
That's a good ad.
Oh.
That's a really good ad. I'm gonna be honest, like that's impressive. W ad, absolutely. I love those drinks. I never had one before. Honestly, I never have. And holy fuck, yeah, it's water. I know that. Stale's message to Asmongold. Uh-oh. Where's the part about me? I can't even really tell.
You have responded to videos from Moist
And
Critical. We've seen Asmongold react to videos of yours. If you had them in front of you right now, what would be your message to Asmongold?
He's totally trying, because you knew I was going to react to this shit, bro. Like, you knew this. Absolutely.
Let's see. I would almost like go like super serious into it. I would, you know, talk about how, you know, this is how large this company is, like this is, you know, how many views it gets, and I would ask them, hey, like maybe stop laughing for even a second, and like just kind of like think about, do you think social media even matters, and are there ways that you know, kind of like maybe your laughter is the problem. Maybe the reason why this platform is so bad is kind of because people just kind of laugh at it.
Oh, okay.
Well, don't you think there's good reason to laugh at it? I mean,
there is, but you should laugh at it, and that should make you want it to be better. You shouldn't laugh at it and then dismiss it. You should laugh at how bad it is and think, what if I didn't have to laugh? What if it could be better? It could be treated like a more serious platform, like every other social media platform.
I think every social media platform gets laughed at. You know. Yeah. So whether you're on X, Facebook, Threads, Skype, Reddit, whatever.
I'm trying to think, like, what is he really saying, right? I mean, like, I'm trying to think about this. I mean, I kind of, I mean, to an extent, I agree. I mean, sure, social media does matter, but the entire idea, like moderators, right? I mean, you look at, like, let's say LSF. Like, let me I'll pull up LSF. Where is this here? Needs to be accountability, or this is the Gestapo? Oh, this is me talking about this, of course. Where's the rest of it? I mean, like, this is a lot of people talking about this for sure. Where's the rest of these, considering all angles? Backtrack. I backtrack. I don't think I really backtrack. I just said, it's very disappointing to see titles like this when, through the process of evaluating things in real time, you changing your opinion based off of the introduction of new evidence is presented as backtracking. I think this is a very, I think this type of language is the reason why people are so, like, anchored in the ways that they believe, is because they don't ever want to talk about things from the perspective of, you know, informing yourself. But yeah, like, for example, I basically thought the guy, like, I didn't really know what happened. It seemed like it was a huge, you know, like, fucking scuffle, and I had no idea. But when I saw the clip of him walking away or moving away with the gun, that changed it for me, because I saw new information that changed my viewpoint. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? I just don't like I don't like the narrative here about how it's like backtracking, when the fact is that, like, you should always inform yourself and come to conclusions based off of reviewing further evidence. That's always what you should do.
I thought I did.
Yeah, it's just a very weird framing of it. But anyway, shot him in the back or cook, maybe, right? Oh, I guess they're gonna find that out. Yeah, I have no idea. It's all about me. Honestly, I kind of feel bad for Hassan. I do. He went out there and he's all focused on, you know, going out to the protest and being this big guy and all this stuff. And every post on here is just about me talking about it from my computer. They're all about me. Fly across the country and you still have that shit happen. That's sad. It really is. Man, how about that? LSF is mod deleting the Hassan posts? Well, I don't know why they would. I'd want to see that. If there were funny Hassan posts, I'd want to see them, absolutely. But anyway, yeah, I forgot even what I was trying to get at. Oh, yeah, about the different, whether social media matters. I think that social media matters, but moderators don't really matter. Like, moderators are interchangeable units of activity, and they don't really have the same type of engagement value that, let's say, a content creator has. Like, there's nothing that is, like, intrinsic to each different moderator that makes them beyond just a simple functionary. Like, a moderator is a functionary, and they're not a content creator. They're a curator. Like, there's definitely that, but content curation is, I think, it's a lot harder to create a narrative that content curation is something that people should be considered, influencers for or celebrities for. So, yeah, I mean, again, everybody likes to meme on this guy, including me. But at the same time, I will respond to the question legitimately, right? Is that social media does matter, it does play a huge role, but to the fact that moderation matters and each individual moderator matters, I think moderation as a whole matters, but moderation individually doesn't. And I think that whenever you have an organization that there's no accountability for the bad behavior of people in that organization, you really have a dangerous situation. And honestly, I think Reddit agrees with me because they demodded Stale. Because again, it's stale, right? Yeah, it's stale. It's shale or stale or something like that. They unmodded him. And the bias, yeah, I don't want to see any bias at all about this. I want to know what the actual truth is no matter what. And I think that really moderation is problematic. It is. And imagine how replaceable mods are with AI. Yeah, sure, of course they will be. Reddit mods are easily disposable and replaced. Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think, the difference between them and a content creator. While content creators are also easily disposable and replaced, they are much more difficult to dispose and replace of than Reddit moderators, right? There's a whole spectrum of this. And I do think that definitely, thank you, there's been a misunderstanding. Is there a fucking video? Oh my god. Justice, please?
Just gave me units so I can purchase magic skins.
Man, talk about being on the right side of history, huh? How about that? You love to see it. Oh man, that's amazing. Someone in a situation, the mod has a girlfriend, wipe chirping his ear about how big someone like me should be. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, plenty of these guys, I'm sure, are probably single. Weather in Texas, what is this here? Watch. Conditions are favorable for Ted Cruz to leave. Warning, Ted Cruz has been seen at the airport. Emergency, pictures have been posted of Ted Cruz on vacation. It's actually crazy. He is never going to live that down. He isn't. He is never going to live that. That was the biggest fuck up I think he's had recently. It is so bad. And wow, came back home though? Yeah, he did come back. He left again, you know? I've heard about that. And where's the rest of these here? Actually, you know what? I did say I would watch this. Where is this this boss going? I'll look at this here. The showcase of one of our new bosses. What's this? Nicholas' shameful defeat at the hands of the Tarnished. He retreated back to the gate of divinity. However, the Tarnished will do what's necessary and end his godhood once for all. Okay. So basically, they're adding an extra boss after the last boss? Oh shit. It's a dark portal. This is all modded.
Mod? What do you mean mod?
It's a whole cinematic too. This is nuts. What the fuck?
Okay.
Garden of Abundance. It's actually like sometimes I forget about how peak Elden Ring is. It's just the game. I think it's the top 10 greatest games ever made. Nicola, God of Abundance.
Wrong way.
Oh, there's even dialogue. Well, that's the Consort Radon attack.
Oh.
Holy shit. What the fuck? Bro, this is a modded boss? Oh my god. Wow. And he has to, oh, dude, look at this. So the things spin around you and you have to jump over them. Watch.
Nice. Okay. Turn it all on. Yeah, I need
Jesus. Jesus. Oh, what the? Wait, what the fuck?
Okay, I think let's call it a day. We did a lot. Next time,
what's this?
We gotta go mine more aluminum. Probably find 25 lithium. And yeah, that's it.
He's got a lot of health too.
Let's go save the game. Yeah, maybe next time when I do that. Okay.
This moveset is crazy.
See you guys next time.